You know what it is. Time for another episode of that Victory Talk. Real excited, man. We got a special guest today. I'm gonna introduce him in a minute. We got a lot to cover today. A lot of ground to cover. Episode 99 of the Victory Talk, man. You know, so we almost at that 100, man. Centennial episode. This one's gonna be even better. No, I mean this one's gonna be good too. Let's start the show. I don't know about y'all, but that victory music gets me fired up. Ready to go. Welcome to another episode of the Victory Talk podcast. The only podcast that runs on Tuesday, Thursday, 7 p.m. that teaches you how to grow your money muscle and your mindset. You know, I don't talk about this much anymore, but I almost never mention it, but I made all the beats.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that.
I really didn't know that.
You know what I'm saying? I might have to come back, man. Drop the midlife crisis mixtape.
When should we expect
you know, listen, I don't know, man. The people got to ask for it. It's the streets. I got to see if the streets want it.
They've been actually asking for it.
Listen, man. Listen. We'll see what happens, man. 2022. But let's talk 2024. But let's talk about. Let's get focused. Let's get focused on what we're here for, man. We're here to help you grow your money, your muscle, and your mindset. And we got special guests. I'm gonna introduce them in a minute. That's gonna help you with some of that, man. But before we get into our special guests, you know, just a quick word from our sponsor. This is episode 99, right? 99 pods, but a bitch ain't one. And the reason why a bitch ain't one is because of our sponsor, Thot Repellent. That's right. So Thot Repellent, this is really coming out later this year. All right. It's actually dropping. Right. It's not going to be this size. This is a prototype because, you know, we don't want you won't be able to get this through TSA. You know what I'm saying? You won't be able to get this on the plane. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have travel size Thot Repellent. Because if you hopping from state to state, man, you might not be accustomed to how the thoughts move in that new region. You know, the thoughts that are indigenous to the new land that you land on, they might have some tricks up their sleeves, and you'll need Thot Repellent to keep them away from you. All right. So this is coming. All your super chats go towards development of Thot Repellent. All right. So all your super chats, right? You got to be a hero, man. Every day in America, another baller falls victim to these thoughts. You see what happened to Diddy? That might have been his. Maybe everyone would have needed Thot Repellent for him. You know what I'm saying? Cassie would have been cool. She had some Thot Repellent, man. So we got to save everyone. All right. Listen. Also, our other sponsor is the newsletter Big Money Methods. This is the newsletter. It's free sign up. You should sign up right now. It's links in the description. And this newsletter is going to give you twice a week. It's going to give you email with methods to help you make big money. It's in the name. We try to keep it super simple for you to understand, right? And these is articles written by me and the homies. You know what I'm saying? You know, morning routine shit. You know what I'm saying? I wrote that. Y'all need to read that shit, man. How to burn fat fast as hell. Come on, man. Iceman shit. You know what it is. It's gonna help you build your money muscle and mindset. Get the free game, man. Don't cheat yourself, brother. Don't cheat yourself. All right. And I want to say one thing. We have another. This is not really a sponsor, but I just want to kind of pat myself on the back. Right. Give myself some props. You know, Celsius, they don't pay me to promote it. Right. They don't. I'll take the money, motherfuckers. If you listening. But I'm part owner in the company, and you guys should be too. Remember, I told you, motherfuckers. I told you, motherfuckers. When Celsius hits the 200-day moving average, to buy it, load up. And if you would have listened to me, you'd be balling as usual. right? So you would have made, you'd be up 60% on your money. 60%. And if you would have did it with options, you'd be way up. You know? And if you missed out on this, if it's your first time watching Victory Unit, first of all, welcome. We're glad to have you. But this is the kind of shit you can motherfucking free game. It's free game, man. Right now, Celsius does not pay me. I will take the money, motherfuckers. But if you would have bought, if you bought in like I did, all the victinators who bought in, we the owners, man. So when one of these motherfucking hoes is taking pictures of the shit next to their titties on Instagram, they working for us, man. Bitches is out there working for us, man. Helping us build our generational wealth. All right, you know what I'm saying? So y'all need to buy it, buy the drink, buy the stock, because I needed to keep going up. I might have put too much money in there, but it's worked out well for me. We just need to keep making sure it goes up. We got to make sure that we keep pumping up the stock. Yeah, we got to pump it up. All right. All right. Enough games. Let's get serious. Time to get serious. All right. Most of you guys watching this are heterosexuals. Men, right? There might be 2 or 3 girls watching it. I know y'all probably homosexuals. You know what I'm saying? And y'all just watching this because WNBA ain't on yet. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the playoff. Y'all just watching this until the WNBA playoffs start. I know. I get it. I be betting on them hoes back in the day, man. I made them a lot of money off them hoes. Anyway. But y'all like women too. And the guys watching this like women. And you're in luck because we brought here. This is a guy I've known for quite some time, you know. And I gave him advice on business back in the day. And he grew it to a seven-figure business, you know, and he's out here he's got close to 500,000 YouTube subscribers, right? All showing guys how to how to pick up. It started how to pick up women, but now it's grown into more personal development and helping men become better, you know, not just better with the hoes, but also better in life, you know? And so without further ado, I'd like to introduce our guest today, the homie. You know him as Coach Kyle.
Let's go. What up, man?
Good, man.
Up, man?
How you doing? You just moved out here.
Moved out here 6 weeks ago.
You just moved out from New Jersey.
Fresh out of Jersey.
Gross, right? It's good. How's it feel to be out of there, man? New Jersey.
Long time coming.
Man, every time I went to college in DC, and I would drive to New York all the time. And man, driving through New Jersey, what is that smell? What is that smell?
Dude, you were in New York for a long time though.
Yeah, no, but what is that? No, don't change the subject. What is that smell when you drive through New Jersey?
Hey man, when you're born there and you're raised,
you don't even know.
You don't smell this shit. You know, you live in that.
Listen, it's just what it is, man. It's hard to see the picture when you're in the frame. Yeah.
Exactly.
But you made it out, man.
Made it out.
Congratulations.
Took me 34 years.
Listen, the first time I got catfished, it was in New Jersey. I was one of the first motherfuckers. I was one of the first people to get catfish. Definitely the first black man.
Yeah,
it was back in the MySpace days.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
They were doing catfishing back then on MySpace too?
Hey, man, that's where it started. That's where the catfish
They didn't even have the filters or any of that shit back then.
They was just posting different hoes.
This whole different person.
Different people. They didn't have the technology. Right. I was one of next, Black History Month. Kids are like writing their Black History reports. Sometimes they write about me, man. The first nigga to get catfished. Yeah, when you take the PATH train all the way to Jersey, what are you gonna do? Not have sex, right? The only reason I'm not gonna go to
smell. You gotta.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go to Jersey and not have sex. The only reason to go to Jersey is for some ass, a Giants game, or to dump a body. Those are only 3 good reasons. Okay. But you made it out, man. So that's what's up.
Yeah,
that's what's up. And now you in Miami. Listen, tell the guys about what you do, man. Some of our followers, some of our watchers, the Victor names, they might not be familiar with you, man. Help them get familiar.
You want the short story or the long story? I'll try to keep it quick.
Let's get the short story. If it's interesting, I'll ask you to elaborate. If it's not interesting, we'll switch topics immediately.
Okay, cool. long story short, I grew up super shy, super antisocial. My dad passed away at a young age, similar to you. And I closed off from the world, was big into video games, smoking weed, spent all my time building a video game character.
Yeah.
Avoiding the reality of like what was actually going on. And
what game was you playing? Mario?
World of Warcraft.
Oh, World of War. Okay.
World of Warcraft, Halo 3, Call of Duty.
Okay.
Those were my three.
All right.
Mainly World of Warcraft. I had like 200 days played on the character.
That's some real nerd shit.
Yeah.
All right.
24 hours equals 1 day.
Really?
No, I didn't play it 200 days in a row. I meant like 200 days played, if that makes sense.
No, I know what you mean.
Just to clarify.
Yeah.
Which was a flex on the video game.
It's a flex in Dork World.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I did that for a long time. I didn't come out of my shell until I was like 19, 20 years old. I started hanging around a childhood friend who was like, dude, you're wearing pajamas to school. Like, you got to get your shit together.
Together, bro.
He started taking me out.
Pause. No Diddy.
He started taking me to parties. He started introducing me to women. He was kind of like the guy back then. And then slowly I came out of my shell enough to attract one girl.
Good for you.
Yeah. And then, long story short, we got into a long 5-year relationship, which she wasn't.
You and the girl, not the guy.
Me and the girl.
Okay, that's what we clarified, man. It's all
me
good.
And that girl.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, she ended up leaving me for another man.
Damn.
Which I didn't know what the fuck I was doing wrong. I didn't know how to get her back. I started getting weak as fuck.
Was he black?
Nah, he wasn't.
Damn.
He wasn't even.
Now there's not even no excuse.
Tall, skinny, white. Tall, skinny, white. No muscles, nothing. And that fucking crushed me. I was in my early 20s. I didn't know what to do. I started looking online, Googling the shit. YouTube wasn't popping really back then.
What year was this?
I don't know, 2013. It was, YouTube was getting big. YouTube was big. That's cap, but it wasn't. I'm Googling on YouTube. I started to look online, and then I came across some videos and shit, and I was like,
RSD.
Yeah, my boy sent me an RSD video. That was the first video I ever saw was this bald dude on stage with a big red beard. And I was like,
the homie Owen. Owen's one of my mentors.
Yeah. Shout out to Owen. Shout out to RSD Tyler.
And Julian and all those guys.
And Julian.
Me and Julian we was supposed to go to Japan. Do something.
Back then?
No, fucking right. That's just a joke I say every time. Like it's an inside joke. Only some people know what that means. Go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So I started watching videos on this shit, and I was like, damn, this all makes sense. Like why I lost the girl, why I'm not confident, why my boy's getting all the women. And I just started putting the pieces together. And that shit fascinated me because I think most dudes grow up with this perception of like, you either got it or you don't type shit. That's what I was like raised into. And so to see, the other side of it, like the science or the theory or, all of that stuff around it really was intriguing to me because I was just big into video games and shit. And I was like, damn, you could actually build the character
in real life.
I was already going to the gym a little bit.
Yeah.
But I wasn't doing all the, I wasn't doing all the shit. But so that put me into studying it a lot. But I was just a nerd and I couldn't go out and do any of it. I was afraid to talk to girls. I would watch all the fucking videos.
Oh, so he was one of the motherfuckers on the forums arguing about fucking pickup techniques.
Not even arguing because I wasn't implementing shit. Yeah. I was just watching the videos for 9 months. And then eventually I was like, yo, it's been 9 months. Like I still can't say shit to a girl. Like, I gotta get out there at some point.
Yeah.
And so there was an opportunity with the coach in New York. He was like, "Oh, free coaching. If you come out, we'll film you. We might use your content or we might use your footage, but like you could get free coaching."
Hold on, is he close enough to the mic? Is it good?
Yes, I hear him, but it's better if you can get louder.
Yeah, gotcha. You want to get up on this?
Gotcha. Okay.
Pause. Yeah.
Got you. So that was an opportunity. I was like, "Yo, if I go out there and they force me to do it, like I got no other choice." Yeah. So I got my ass on that bus, took the Lakeland bus to Manhattan that day. Met up with the coach. I was nervous as shit, but he was like, "Hey, that girl right there, you got to go up and talk to her."
Ooh,
heart drop. Heart dropped into my fucking stomach or into my ball sack, really. And then I went up, just pretty much shitting bricks, just kind of got like ignored. And he was like, welcome. Well, welcome. That was your initiation. And then he threw me into a bunch of interactions that day. Nothing really went well.
So it was basically like a boot camp.
Yeah, but it's like a 1 hour, just like face your fear kind of thing.
Oh, okay,
face the fear of rejection for 1 hour while I force you into it. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Which, as a dude who can't do any of that shit, I took the bus home feeling so happy that day, so accomplished. And then I went home and I went right back into like my routine of like, okay, I did the thing, like time to go home.
Yeah.
And then I just reverted. And then again, another 1-2 years went by. You got a question?
No, you told me this was going to be a short story.
Yeah, okay. It's not a short story. It's not a short story.
I'm fucking with you. Now keep going, keep going.
It can be a really long story. I got a 5-hour audio book on it.
I'm fucking with you, man. Go ahead.
Anyway, but that was like, that opened the door for me. That showed me like, yo, you know, this thing's kind of possible. And that's with anything. With business, I'm sure you have clients that are like, I can't make money. I can't charge a certain price point. I don't know I can't get leads. But when you see that first step, it changes your mindset on the whole thing. And you're like, yo, this is actually possible. Like there's potential here. That kind of sparked a little bit of fuel in me to go harder with it for a while. Still took me a long time. I didn't just fucking flip the switch.
You're how old at this age?
24.
24.
Yeah, so 10 years ago, I'm 34.
Oh, okay.
So, and then the next 2 years, I actually kept studying. I was in the same position. I was like, yo, I still can't do this.
Yeah, you're just studying.
But I knew it was possible. So that's when I actually invested in a coach. That's when I dropped $2K. I had $2K in my bank. I dropped $2K to go do those boot camps and shit.
Oh, shit.
And then I was committed. I was bought in. I had skin in the game. I spent a week with the coaches and shit, and they really pushed me through that stuff. And I walked away from that again with more, I guess, like epiphanies of like and realizations like, yo, I can actually do this. Yeah. Which gave me more confidence to go harder. And then you start looking at your whole appearance, your communication, everything. It's not like I think there's a misconception in the pickup community that's like, just learn the pickup line, learn the flirty line, and you could do the thing. And maybe that's partially RSD's fault, but
that was like 10 years ago. Everybody was saying that, a lot of the guys were saying that. It's just like, of course, everything matters. Like,
of course,
everything matters, right?
Exactly.
You can't say looks don't matter, right? Because a mutant can't get riches, right?
It's a total presentation.
It's everything matters. Yeah, for sure.
But that brought me more into it, made me more aware of everything. It made me want to pursue all of these different things because I saw kind of like a way out. And I just noticed my confidence was going higher too. Not even just like, it wasn't even about me getting laid. I just, as someone who closed off from society and socializing, like I was afraid to go to high school prom. I commuted to college, sat in the back of the class, went home. I noticed by doing this shit, I was like, oh, I could walk into the gym and fucking start a conversation with anybody.
So you had more this was like a gateway to you becoming a more confident person in general.
Social confidence. I could have a conversation with my mom. Like I wasn't even talking. My dad died at a young age. He was the hub of the family. That shit kind of closed off too with my sister, with my mom, with people in my day to day. Obviously women too, but like everything. I got raises at my job because I was communicating better with my boss and shit. So it was really it had this ripple effect into every area of my life. And that's how I feel a lot of dudes struggle. They don't have that confidence internally. They can't communicate properly. They don't understand the dynamics. So they walk around with their head down with a low sense of self-worth. They don't network. They don't talk to girls.
And rightfully so. Because like you can't be confident in yourself if you don't have a reason, right? You can't bullshit yourself. You can't just say, oh, I'm confident, right? Like you got to give yourself a reason to be confident. Like if I wanted to do my own fucking plumbing, right? It doesn't matter how much I never plumbed before, right? So it would be fucking bullshit. Yeah, I'm the fucking best plumber in the world. Like it's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta admit that I'm not good at that. And if I want to get good at it, I gotta like put on my white belt and learn from the beginning. This is like everything's like that. Yeah.
Valid, 100%.
All right. So first of all, what was your KD on Call of Duty? Just so if we know you legit.
I don't even know. Well, first off, World of Warcraft was my real shit. I could talk about that shit all day.
All right, let's not get into no real nerd shit.
Gnome, yeah.
All right.
I was that guy.
I only play Call of Duty mobile and when I'm doing cardio.
Cool.
I do a lot of cardio. You know what I'm saying? Brandon cardio. You know what I'm saying? And so my KD is 5. Is that good?
I don't know. I'm disconnected at this point, bro.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Tell me.
Hey, listen, man. Who cares? Let's go back into it. So how'd you start? So how'd you start being a coach? Like how I feel like there's a gap between you like finally being able to talk to your mom and becoming a dating coach.
Yeah. So, well, it started really with the death of my dad, because my dad was my best friend and my coach growing up. And I always saw him. I always saw him helping people. I had early memories of us commuting from New Jersey. He would take me into New York. He would be making sandwiches and handing them out to the homeless guys before we get to the tunnel.
Oh, wow.
On the commute, he's handing out sandwiches. He just wanted to help.
Yeah.
And so I think just that and him being the coach and losing that at a very young age, I think just like my inner childhood trauma kind of craved, I don't know, giving that back or wanting to help with the shit. Or maybe it's because it was such a confusing, frustrating process for me growing up that eventually, once I felt like I got it figured out and I was at a level where I felt more confident than most of the people I saw out, I just wanted to start helping people. I just started helping my friends. I started telling them. I learned really quickly, though, that most people don't want the help.
Yeah, you can't force it on them.
Nah, so I was giving out help. People didn't want the help.
Yeah.
And even the people that claimed they want the help, they didn't really want to change. Yeah. Like, you need to hit some level of pain and other shit to genuinely want to make a change. So the next thing I did was environment. I started surrounding myself with people that were already coaching. So I had taken those boot camps and shit. I was in those newsletters. I got an email from one of those coaches saying, yo, we're looking for assistants. We're looking for cameramen. So I reached out to them because I was like, yo, I want to help. I ultimately want to do this. I should be following somebody that's doing it. You know what I'm saying?
How good were you at this by the time?
At this point, I by no means like at a high level. I just knew I was really passionate about it. And it had made a transformation in my own life. So I really believed in the whole thing. Okay. And so this was the next kind of like realization, is once I started assisting in those companies and I was filming the assistant coaches, I was like, yo, I could do what this guy's doing. I feel like I'm at the same level as this guy for sure. Possibly
the coaches or the assistant coaches?
I honestly, I wasn't connected enough to be like really with the coaches. So I was just seeing the assistants, but I was like, yo, I'm gonna take this guy's spot. Yeah. Like I'm gonna follow this dude and I'm gonna work my way up. Cause at a young age, I don't know what it was. I always learned that maybe it's because my dad wasn't there. I taught myself whatever I want to get good at, I can fucking study it and implement it and practice it. Initially it was video games, then it was basketball, then it was rapping, then it was making music.
Oh man, do we need to have a freestyle battle?
No, sorry. I used to send Snapchats to you on Freestyle Friday.
Oh, that's right. We used to do Freestyle Friday. Yo,
I remember you sending me a Snapchat. I'm like, yo, Brandon Carter just Snapchat me. What the fuck?
I used to do this back in Snapchat days, back in when Snapchat was popping before Instagram killed it. Or I think it's still popping. I think the kids still fuck with it, but it was the thing, right? And me and my employees Friday, man, we Freestyle Friday, and I'd make everybody rap doing work. Anyway,
no, it's great. I mean, I encourage dudes to fucking practice rapping. It's a great skill. It works your brain. You got to work on improv.
That helped me.
You got to be a little witty. Like, there's a lot of benefits to it, and I just like doing it.
People ask me like, man, how do you get good at public speaking? Because when I do speech and stuff, and I'm like, man, I used to like drive around the East Coast going to every like freestyle battle, like back in college. Like the actual battles, And
you were doing you were battle rapping.
Like battle rapping, So it's like
when I emptied the clip.
So like I had to, and it battle rap is different now. Like they don't use beats and shit, But back in them days, it was like 8 Mile. Like they put on a beat, So you had to rap on beat off the top of your head, making fun of someone in front of strangers while they're making fun of you. That's dope. Yeah. So like when you tell me I don't have to rhyme or be on beat and I just have to talk to people, it's easy. Yeah. I digress. Let's get back to you.
That's cool, bro. Shout out to you for hitting those. I want to see you in that cypher, bro. All
right. The midlife crisis mixtape, man. What the streets is asking for.
Let me get a feature, bro. For sure. I got some beats saved up too. Maybe I could, hop on there real quick.
I don't talk about it much, but I made all the beats on the podcast. Yeah. I like almost never mention it, but I made all the
the intro music and
shit? Yeah, all of it. All the beats.
Fire.
For sure. Anyway, man, go ahead, man. What was you talking about, man?
I don't know. Where were we?
You said that you You said you wanted to get good at everything after your dad passed.
Yeah.
And you wanted to take the spots of these bitch ass assistants because these motherfuckers was fucking. These motherfuckers were nerds, man.
It wasn't.
So it's like, yo, fuck these motherfuckers, man.
I wasn't even worried about anybody. It wasn't on some competitive shit. It was for me. You know what I'm saying?
And I had way too much Celsius for this, man. It's starting to kick in.
That's my shit, dude. I didn't know
so you want one?
Nah, I'll be fucking tweaking.
All right, cool, man. Tweaking. All right, go ahead. Let's go.
But so yeah, I'm helping out, and then at some point, one of the guys, the main dude, was like, "Yo, I want to have a talk with you."
Roosh?
No. I don't know if you want me name dropping this shit.
No. Go ahead. It's up to you, man.
But it was one of the guys in the company was like, "Yo, I want to have a talk with you," and I was thinking, yo, he's going to ask me to come onto the boot camps, and this might be my opportunity to like actually be the assistant. Like I've been waiting for this opportunity.
Yeah.
I hopped on Zoom with him and he fired me on the spot.
Why?
For some affiliation that I had with a dude. This was when RSD was splitting up.
Oh, I remember.
And so they were just protecting the business.
Yeah.
I wasn't even that deep in the company, honestly. And so they were like, we got to protect everything. It's something personal. You're affiliated with.
That was potential. A fucking mess, man.
Yeah, it was a shit show.
You know, me and Todd used to be like really, we used to be friends, man.
Yeah,
like real. I considered him like a real friend, and then when they broke up, it's like,
yeah,
I don't know. I felt like he was mad at me. I reached out to him and shit, but I guess he thought I was spying for Owen. I was like, nah, man,
I don't know.
You my friend.
I mean, that was the guy. That's Todd fired me, so.
And I was like, I was like, fuck, man. I thought and he like flipped out on me. I guess maybe he just. You know, who knows, man? He was going through a lot.
Yeah.
You know, but
they're just protecting the business.
That shit hurt my feelings, man. Because I thought we'll
talk about rejection in a little bit. Okay. We'll talk about overcoming rejection and all that shit. We'll get there.
Yo, there's some footage somewhere of me and Todd doing infield.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. But I gotta see that shit.
Bad.
Yeah.
It's like it's awful. Yeah. Because we were trying to
the dynamic.
We were trying to make each other laugh, as opposed to try to. Like, I don't think that footage is ever going to see the light of day. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
No, you're good. Mm-hmm. But anyway, he let me go because of that whole thing. And I was like shocked, devastated. But at the same time, it kind of lit a fire under my ass because I was like, yo, what other option do I have at this point other than to just start my own channel? Because I had been studying this shit for like 5 or 6 years. I had torrented all the paid programs. I knew what everybody was putting out on the paid programs.
Yeah.
And I had seen what's going on behind the scenes. And I was like, yo, I'm just going to start my own channel and just start putting out the type of content that they're putting out on the paid programs.
You put out the free shit.
For free, just giving it away, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, at first, like I was not good on camera. Nobody's good on camera, but I was just passionate about the whole thing. And I had learned from basketball, World of Warcraft, rapping, music. It's like, yo, you just got to stick to the process and just see it as a lesson learned when you're failing. And so I had realistic goals. I had a structure in place. I told myself I'm gonna put out 2 videos a week for a year. And at the end of the year, I'm hoping I could hit 1,000 subscribers. That was the goal. Like very modest goals, structured, consistency.
You had a regular job at this time.
I had a regular job. Yeah. I was a private investigator doing surveillance.
All right.
So I was in the car all day spying on workman's comp insurance fraud cases. But really, I was like just sitting in the car, listening to the content, editing my own videos, and like pretty much getting paid and putting in some hours at the job.
And
I was
spying
at the same time. At the same time, yeah, exactly.
All right.
But I was good enough at my job that I could put in an hour to get the job done and still have hours to myself getting paid to fucking work on my craft. Which is another important thing. It's like, yo, you got to be able to fucking get some passive money if you're trying to build your own shit simultaneously, I think.
Oh, that's difficult, man.
Yeah.
Difficult. Yeah.
So that was the goal. I stuck to the structure. I stuck to the consistency. 9 months in, I hit 1,000 subs.
All right.
And then, man.
What year is this?
This is 2019, 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, 2019. And I remember a couple days later, I was at 1,100 subs. And then I was out one night with my boys, and we went out. I came home the next morning. I was at 1,400, and I was like, "Whoa, something's going on here." And then I woke up the next morning, and I was up. We started going up 2,000 a day.
Nice.
In a matter of a week. That's when I started freaking the fuck out, actually, because like you think you're ready for something until you just get the whole thing. And I'm like, yo, I called myself Coach Kyle. Like, I've never coached anybody really. Like, am I at a certain level? Can I actually do this? Imposter syndrome. I'm on the camera.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot that goes into that shit. Not even just for my industry, for any dude that's trying to make a business, that's trying to make money. You know, or you're trying to charge a certain amount of money on the calls and shit. You just don't feel entitled. Yeah. You know,
unless you really got a lot of, you know, the confidence comes from competence, right? So once you do it enough, then you have, all right, cool.
Right. Exactly. Right. So for me, it was, I was nervous as fuck. I was waking up every morning just thinking the channel's going to get taken down. Oh, that was just myself doing that,
especially back in that day.
And they were, and they were legitimately doing that.
Especially the pickup channels. That was like Me Too era. You know?
Yeah. I honestly think part of that influenced me taking off because they took down some channels. Oh, maybe that helped influence me into the algorithm a little bit more. I don't know, but
it was a vacuum of power that you feel.
I don't know what it was. But then it started taking off, and then
when Nick took down fucking Thot,
right, exactly, and then. Yeah, so the channel started taking off, and then I spent the next year building the channel. I doubled down on it. And then I needed to understand legitimate coaching and business. Like, I didn't know any of that shit. I just knew how I could do it, and I wanted to help people. Yeah. But I didn't understand structure. I didn't understand coaching. I didn't understand any of that shit. And so I spent the next year building up the business on the side. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was just giving out. I had no funnel. I had no sales. I was putting out videos, and the call to action was, hey, book out a free coaching call at the end. Yeah. Not a consultation call. Book out your free coaching call. I just want to give you free coaching.
You probably, you know, it's not bad, right, to do before you have like testimonials. 100%. I think it's good to coach.
But I wasn't even thinking about it. Like, I'll get a testimonial.
You were just trying to. I
just wanted to help people, man. Yeah. Literally, I thought it was so cool. I was like, yo, this dude's watching my video. He wants to book a call with me. Like, let's fucking go. Yeah. And so, I hopped on a couple of calls. Literally the first call, at the end of the call, the dude said, I got to pay you. Like I want to Venmo you. What's your Venmo? I'll give you money. It's worth it. And he Venmo me $80. I was delivering. No, I wasn't delivering. I was in my PI job at the time, probably doing like $150 a day, maybe $200 a day. And I was like, yo, I just made $80 talking on the phone about something I'm passionate about. Yeah. While driving, while making money. And so I slowly built it up that way. And it took me a long time to still understand the coaching structure, to really understand business, to get into high ticket.
When did you start doing it full time?
A year and a half after me making that $80.
Was that about because we talked during
we talked way later. We talked way later. I was already going full time.
Okay, you were already full time by the time we talked.
Yeah, but just to give you some perspective, I had built up the business so much that I was probably doing like $12K a month. And I still wouldn't quit my full-time job that was paying me $4.5K.
Yeah.
So I was living in my mom's basement, making more money than my mom with over $100K in the bank, and I was still afraid.
Nah, that's a legit. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I get it. Like leaving the safety net.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to quit their job, but like actual taking that leap is terrifying.
For sure.
You know, that's why I always tell people, man, listen, you know, it should be, right? Especially if you didn't have responsibilities and shit, but some people got responsibilities, right? You know, they got kids or whatever, family, right? So it's even scarier. So I just say, man, you got to have at least 6 months of savings, of expenses saved up. And if your shit is making 2 times as much as your regular job, so you don't take a haircut, then all right, now it's time to go. You know?
I was way beyond that.
You was way beyond that.
3x that. And I was still.
And then you went full time, and is that what? But that's when things started picking up, like really taking off, right? Because now you got more time to invest in the fucking videos. You got more time to do the coaching calls, right?
You know what it was? It was more about hiring a coach to show me the structure to coaching and high ticket. Yeah. I wasn't putting any more. I was already putting all my time into it. Yeah. You know, even at my other job, I was still putting all my time into it. So it wasn't about that.
So you got a business coach.
Yeah.
All right. That's what's up.
I hired a former RSD coach who was coaching business.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this guy. Shout out to Max.
Oh yeah, I know Max. I know Max really well.
Yeah, okay. Shout out to Max Torno. But to me, it just made sense. It ties into the philosophy of like, yo, follow somebody that's doing the shit, that's been through the shit, that could show you it. So it's like if he was in RSD and he was doing the business side, to me, it made sense at the time.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, and I'm not like me and Max have a video on this about this. It was before he started doing high ticket shit. I wrote a long email to Nick. I was like, look, y'all need to do high ticket coaching instead of just selling courses and boot camps. Right. And I broke down the structure, and then Max started doing it. Yeah, for the dating shit, right? Yeah. Like, because I showed Max the email. If you see the video that we did, I showed him the email on it, and I showed Nick, who was like the C.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah,
right. And then he saw how successful that was, and he started doing other shit. Yeah, so shout out to Max.
Yeah,
that's
what's up. Yeah. So I went with him. He fucking ripped me a new one about the whole channel. He was aggressive, man. He's probably the most aggressive coach I've had. Honestly, I don't know if it's something with the.
No, that's cool, man. Everybody's got their own style.
Yeah, but he definitely helped show me the structure, show me the business, and then I worked with him for a year. We did a 1 year.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, we did a 1 year that, and you know, with my following. And the thing was, I had already nurtured my audience so much because I really just wanted to over deliver value for so long that once you put the high ticket funnel in place, and understand the structure. I had guys that just wanted to fucking do it.
They were ready.
They were waiting on the offer
because you helped them already, right? So like at that point, they're ready. Once you already help people, they were probably more willing to get more help from you.
Of course, 100%. Yeah, I mean that's most of all my business is more organic. I've already helped you. You want to go to another level? Let's do it. Let's go. Yeah. But if I can't help you for the free shit, like why? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So. I mean, that's really what was the catalyst to bringing it to a higher level. And then I've hired 6 different high ticket coaches in business since then. Because again, I'm really big on mentorship. I'm really big on learning new things, implementing, try and fail. And the business was up and down, man. For like, that's when we were talking.
Because I remember when it was up and down, you got on a call with me I didn't want to like. I didn't try to say you nothing. I was just like helping. You know what I'm saying? Because I was so focused on what I was doing. I didn't even want to take on
for sure
no one else. You know,
I was thinking that at the beginning. I was like, yo, Brandon's gonna pitch me at the end of this.
Nah, I was just trying to
but you were cool.
It was fucking pandemic. You know, New York was shut down. So I had some time, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
I had a lot of time. I was like, let me help this dude out. And I like talking about business. Yeah. So it was like it was cool. I mean, there's a few guys. There's a few dating coaches who I've helped a lot. I don't want to say all their names, but this is like a good amount of them, you know. And so I just want to see if I can help in any way. Yeah. Was it helpful at all?
For sure. Yeah.
What did you learn? What was the most helpful part?
Honestly, I took away more nuggets from that. Like I might as well have paid you for the fucking program. But that's really how it is.
What did you say? You said what? You took more than that from what? Then what? What were you saying?
Than some of the paid programs.
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
I didn't want that praise to get overlooked.
Yeah, you got the testimonial right there, bro. You got it. You got the testimonial built into the podcast. Let's go.
No, that's what's up, man. It's not me just trying. But what was most helpful? And like,
you pretty much sat down and you were like, yo, you're doing all of these different things, which is great that you're trying to do. But like, yo, this one thing is really like the catalyst for the majority of your business, bro. And like, if I was you, have you tried 2xing, 3xing that first before you even try to bring in more shit to juggle?
Yeah.
And when you're hiring coaches and everybody's giving you different philosophies and shit, sometimes it's like you don't even, have that step back to just look at that. So for me, that was actually, I mean, that was like, I took that very seriously.
And how much more money did you make the following year as a result?
I would say the business probably went from, I would say maybe 1.5x.
Come on, man. You gotta love
maybe
that.
At the peak 2x.
2x.
At the peaks 2x. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Off of that one thing.
Come on, man. Hey, listen, man. I'm glad I can help.
and you know why that was so good too is because most dudes, if you hire them, they're gonna give you this whole system. They're gonna try to move your whole business into that system.
Yeah.
And so you just kind of like looked at it from an unbiased perspective. I'm not even trying to sell you anything, but yo, this makes sense.
This is what I would do, Yeah. It was really, I just didn't want to. I was following my own advice.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So like I coach people in online fitness business. I know how to do other businesses, but if I take on clients from a bunch of other businesses, then it dilutes my focus. But if everybody's working on the same thing, then it's different.
Yeah, 100%.
That's where I was at that time because we were really trying to get. I was really getting I mean, I'm always in aggressive mode, but it was super aggressive in that mode.
100%,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
But no, that was valuable as fuck. I
Yeah.
think anybody that's like starting a business, they get lost in all this shit, not realizing,
So
yo,
much
like
advice.
you already do one thing really good. Just like go in on that thing.
Yeah.
You know, until you get it off the ground at least.
At least, man, get something
Yeah.
going before you move into something else. That's what's up. Let's give these guys some advice, man. That's an amazing story
Yeah.
about how I helped you make so much money. And I'm just no, you did that.
Yeah.
You did that shit.
I'll transition it really quick because like that was like the business
Perfect.
journey. And then I would say over the last 2-3 years, I got a lot more hands-on with the clients because
No, didn't.
we were just talking business side,
Mhm.
but there's still the fulfillment, which is like the whole reason why I got into this was to help dudes that were in a similar position to me,
Mm.
that felt stuck, that had that fear of rejection, that don't know how to have that social confidence to network or get women, and make sure I could deliver that to them in a repeatable process that's structured that you could actually follow to get a real result, you know?
Mm.
And so that was a learning experience in itself. And not to go on this business journey rant anymore, but like long story short, I've spent the last 2-3 years really being immersed with the clients and also just putting myself through that same journey consistently.
Yeah.
To make sure, one, I'm still leveling the fuck up as a dude. Just because I'm making a certain amount of money doesn't mean it's time to chill, you know?
Shit don't pay the bills.
Yeah,
Shit don't pay the bills, man.
But I do have enough to pay the bills. That's the thing, is that like,
Yeah.
you know, you got to keep going though, whatever it
Got
is.
to.
Yeah.
You know, because there is no maintenance,
Yeah.
right? Like there is no, you're either moving forward or you're moving backwards, right?
Yeah.
You're getting better or you're getting worse, right?
Yeah.
You know, you're spending, because you still got to, like, you got enough money to chill, right? But, you know, you still got expenses. You still got bills every month,
Yeah.
right? I don't know if you mortgage, whatever you got going on. And even if you have passive income, that shit, you know, if you don't water that garden, you know, you're gonna get weeds.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So like if you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. You know?
And
so
you want to just keep growing as a dude, you know, like even if you're making good money, like I'm sure you're crushing it, but like I'm sure you're still striving to go further and further.
Oh man,
You know?
listen, if you knew what my goals were, man. I don't say them publicly
Cool.
because 48 laws of power is that it's law number 4 says. So it's like, let's talk about some things that will help guys.
Okay. All right, let's get into it. We can talk more about I mean, you know what it is, dude? I'm so into business and just like self-development in general that like we could do a whole fucking podcast and not even talk about women. But
Yo, that's what's up.
yeah.
No, and I like that's one of the reasons why you're succeeding, right? Because when you get into the shit, it's like,
Yeah.
it's because that was part of the reason why when you said, I don't remember how we started talking, but when I got on that Zoom call to help you and whatever,
Yeah.
I just like talking about business, man. Like
Right.
helping solving problems and shit, and it
100%,
seemed
yeah.
like you got that same
For sure,
vibe.
dude. I'm so intertwined in I take all the sales calls. I'm on 3-4 lives a week with my clients.
Yeah.
They all got cell phone access to me. Like I'm really about it, and I fucking love that shit.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
You ever get somebody who you can't help, who wants to pay you, but you can't help them? Does that guy exist? Is there somebody that is beyond repair? Have you ever met a guy who's like, oh, there's no way? Like, and,
You just got a longer timeline. That's really what it is.
okay, so if the Hunchback of Notre Dame,
Yeah.
right? You know how he looked,
Yeah.
right? He had the hunchback,
Yeah.
and he's he living in a bell tower. He dressing like a hunchback,
Yeah.
right? You can help that guy.
I mean, that would be a long timeline. That's a really long timeline. But hypothetically, if he was willing to put in the work, I mean, he legitimately had a really bad hunchback. I mean, the other thing is maybe he's not going to get the 10 out of 10 that's, in Miami
Yeah.
living in a bell tower in the fucking hills. But,
Yeah,
one step at a time.
yes.
You don't go from a 5 to a 10. You go from a 5 to a 5.5 to a 6 to a 6.5 to a 7.
Maybe you can get like a homeless girl first, right? And then work his way up
Yeah.
to like a girl with a home.
There's a girl
home
out there that
more.
would go to that bell tower.
Yeah,
if he has the right swag.
there's some girl go to that.
Yeah,
home-
he can bring a girl to that
You know
bell
what I'm saying?
tower.
He
with the
start
right
working
swag.
out. Maybe gets some orthopedics to help fix his back out. See a chiropractor.
Mhm.
Get that hunch.
Mhm.
Maybe get a backiotomy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fix that back. Yeah, all
Lean
right.
out a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Fashion,
Yeah.
grooming.
Plastic surgery? Is that on the table?
Reconstructive, yeah, if you need
If somebody's that ugly, okay, let me go. Let's go there.
Yeah, let's
If
go
a
there.
guy's like legit ugly, what do you think about cosmetic
Going
surgery?
under. I mean, look, I've gotten multiple hair transplants. So
really?
yeah.
Oh, that's because what nationality are you?
I'm Italian and Armenian.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't know what side it is. The Armenians are pretty hairy. Like my
Yeah.
dad's side is hairy. They got the hair flowing. My mom's side, actually, my mom's dad was full bald by 30. So it's probably shout out to Gino, rest in peace. But
Gino, that's the most Italian.
Gino.
It don't get more Italian than bippity poppy.
Yeah.
And
So yeah,
so it's cosmetic surgery that's on the table. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say that's the first step. That wasn't that's the problem with
to
dudes.
max it out. You don't
Even on the consultation calls, I got guys that are like, I want to do this, man, but like, you know, I want to grow my hair out first. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, you want to? That's like, yo, you want to grow your hair out before you start going to the gym too? You want to start growing your hair out before you start making money too? Like, it's something you work on simultaneously.
all right. So listen, this is what I'm gonna do. All the time, like if I go on Instagram Live or some shit, motherfuckers start asking me about bald-headed questions, and I'm like, yo, man, I'm black. We don't care about being bald, right? Like I grew up watching Jordan. I was shaving my head when I was 16 because I wanted to look like DMX. You know, we had Pac, Jordan, like black. We don't care, man. Look at The Rock. You know, he started shaving his head to be like me. You know, it's worked out well for him. Yeah, and we don't care. So like, I'm gonna send people to you when these like other races be asking me, man, what should I do about my hair, man? Coach Kyle will tell you what to do.
Well, you could still look good bald, regardless of your race. You know? It's more like skeletal structure, your leanness. Like
I just don't know what to tell these guys
elements.
Because like a motherfucker like Terry Crews, he has a full head of hair. He just shaves it because he wants
looks
to.
good.
Yeah.
It looks good with certain skeletal structure and facial structure. You know, so like if you got it and you could rock it, or Liam Nielsen, or is that him? Yeah,
the transporter.
Yeah,
and
what about White Boy Brian?
Yeah, he's got a buzz cut. He's got a buzz cut.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He's got a buzz cut. Give him 5 or 6 years. It'll be more like like the transporter.
Yeah.
And
the transplanter.
Yeah, the transplanter. And then maybe in the next 10 to 15 years, he's gonna go full
Statham.
Not Statham. Damn, his name always escapes me. He's got a lot of jobs. He's a doctor. He's an astronaut. Sometimes he's a teacher or a gardener. I'm told you know the guy.
The porn dude.
Yeah, what's his name?
I don't know his name.
Fuck.
The
white porn guy.
Sterling? Shout out Sterling.
I was talking about Sterling, but yeah, Sterling. Okay. I was talking about
we'll go with Sterling.
Johnny Sins.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
Johnny
Okay.
Sterling's like
Sterling's the gardener too, probably.
Yeah. Oh man, he's got a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
Sterling's like Johnny Sins light.
Word. Sterling was my first podcast guest. Shout out to Sterling.
He's a friend of the show. He's been on the show.
What's up?
He was telling the guys to eat celery.
Okay.
He said he said eat salary, more salary, more salary.
That's
more
funny
salary,
as hell.
You know? Yeah, he had a real high salary diet.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if y'all watch the episode, you guys know what I'm talking about. So cosmetic surgery is on the table.
Yeah, I mean, you can't rule it out. I wouldn't start there though. Yeah. I wouldn't start there.
Yeah, where would you start?
I would start with. I mean, look, I've been watching a bunch of these podcasts lately that you had on. All of these dudes that are in the red pill space and the fitness space, and it seems to be a general consensus that it's like you got to work on your look. You got to work on your look, right?
Yeah.
And I think that is a good starting point to include. It's not the only thing. It's not the end all be all. Yeah. I got clients that come into my programs that look better than me, and they still can't get girls. Yeah, I mean, I could tell. I'm like, dude, you're a good looking dude.
I'm fucking with you. Yeah.
You know, like you're a good looking dude. What's the problem?
You're a good looking dude. No Diddy.
I heard that's the new thing.
Yes,
I heard that's the new thing. I saw that on IG yesterday.
My boy Crime Faces made that up. He was the first one to say it on Crime Faces on Instagram. Cool. Anyway,
trendsetter.
Yeah, man. Listen, trendsetters. Listen, all right. Looks is a part of it. Yeah. Right. But what they really need, what are the other parts? How do you become a more well-rounded guy? Because it's not all about looks.
It's looks, it's your vibe, it's your swag, it's your communication, your confidence. Like, I think that's equally as important, if not more important, because even if you got the look and she comes up to you or you go up to her, like, but you don't got the confidence, you don't know how to carry a conversation, you don't know how to like create an emotional experience for the girl.
Yeah.
Where's that going to go?
You can definitely talk yourself out of some pussy.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Even good looking dudes. 100%.
I've talked myself out of more than I've talked myself into.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
hey, I'm sure you got to learn though. You got to go
well,
through
it wasn't learning. I got this
Me too,
problem.
though.
It's like if I think of something funny, I'm gonna say it regardless
I
of the
noticed,
consequences, man.
Sure. I get that vibe on this podcast.
I don't have a choice the way my brain works, man.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes that means you go home alone.
Yeah.
But it was
sometimes
hilarious.
that's the catalyst for getting it
Yeah.
too, though, because like, you know, that's a gift and a curse to some extent.
I got a girlfriend. I got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So I don't even remember those days.
Well,
But that's why we brought you here to talk to them about
let's go.
girls. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I only got one. I only one. Uno chicas.
Yes.
Pardon me. All right. Let's say there's a guy. Let's get back on track.
Yeah, let's get it.
I had too much Celsius.
That shit's good, man.
You had that.
Where you want to start? Like, what do I think
right.
a guy should be doing right now?
Let me
what?
ask you a question.
Yeah.
So if a guy is trying to step his game up
Mm-hmm.
in life,
Yeah.
right? When you coach these guys,
Yeah.
where do you start? Like, walk me through how
100%.
you help these
Yeah.
men step their game up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you first off, you got to do an evaluation of where we at realistically. It's sales at the end of the day, dude. You know,
Mm.
so like looks is essentially like the product that we're marketing. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you in a bell tower as a hunchback,
Mm.
okay, we got some work to do there.
Yeah.
But my philosophy is that you don't just do that. You got to be working the social skill at the same time.
Yeah.
You know? So if I got a guy, and I talk a lot about looks and shit, that shit's everywhere on YouTube. If you look up dating advice, there's going to be people telling you got to work on your look. That's
Looks
kind of
maxing.
obvious.
That's been a big thing
Yeah.
lately, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So like, if I got a guy that's on my program, and my program is based around social confidence, communication, charisma, but I'm not afraid to tell the guy like, yo, dude, you also got to lose weight. I'm gonna just be straight up.
Yeah, you out here looking super pudgy.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
And I'll call out clients on the Zoom call too, straight up.
Yeah, man. The man,
You know?
fat ass doing on Zoom with me, man. Your fat ass doing on here trying to get some pussy, man. Shut the fuck up, man. Eat some salad, run some laps. Fat
Celery.
boy. Yeah, eat
Celery. Get on that celery. But so yeah, to some extent, obviously it is look, because I do feel that if you're a 6, realistically, all the other elements, they're all like they're attributes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're a 6, you're not gonna, even if your game or your communication is a 10, I just still feel like that's a massive incongruency to get a girl of that caliber. I feel like the communication, the lifestyle, your status, it's gonna boost it. But again, they're all attributes. So it's like, where's the guy at? He's coming in. I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna evaluate his
first step one to have an evaluation
100%.
of everything, and you're evaluating not only his look, but what else? What other things are you taking into account?
I'm looking at his lead flow and his lead gen in terms of, again, it's sales, right? So it's like, well, how many eyeballs are you getting on you? How many people are you interacting with? Whether that's online dating, and are you getting matches? Do you have an online dating profile set up? Do you have photos that are generating matches? If not, okay, that's something we need to work on. Are you going out either during the day? Or are you in classes where you can see girls at school, in the work environment, dance class, yoga class, going to a downtown
There's
area?
people who don't like go outside. Like I say that seriously because in my brain it's like half the population are women. They're literally everywhere. Like tell me these guys, they don't like interact with women throughout the day. That's like a real thing.
I think every dude has opportunity to do it. I think dudes make excuses around not seeing hot girls. There's no hot girls in my area. I'd only see one girl once a month. And when you're not talking to anybody else throughout your day to day, and you're not working on your communication, you're not interacting with people in general. Like that's my philosophy is like, before you talk to the 10 out of 10, you got to be able to talk to that dude. You got to be able to talk to the girl at the front desk. You got to be able to talk to the cashier. If you can't even carry a conversation there, we got a fucking problem.
Yeah, and if you can't do that, then you're gonna be too nervous. If the
You got
first
no
person you
momentum.
interact with is like a fucking supermodel, you
100%.
that.
100%. You're not walking into the gym first time and benching 315. Like you got to build the muscle up to even feel confident. So I'm looking at your environment. What opportunities do we have to get into interaction or get matches too? Because honestly, I try to fast track results. So my thought is like, let's tap into all of these lead sources.
Yeah.
You know, because if I'm working with you for a set period of time, it's like, okay, let's do all of these. One of these will pop off. And then we double down on that, which brings us
Yeah.
back to what we were talking about with business.
Right.
So it's actually very similar. And so I think online dating's, honestly, it's a really good tool. If you're at a beginner or intermediate level, I think you need to be on there because with a decent fashion, decent grooming and good photos, like with the cameras we got now, with the photo editing and stuff, like you can have a quality profile and still set yourself apart from most average dudes very quickly. So I'll tell guys straight up, like, yo, dude, for the level you're at, if you're just going to the mall or you're just talking to that one girl at the gym right now, like, we're not going to get shit popping like this.
So you're agnostic about how they meet women, right? And whatever works.
I mean, I encourage guys to do all of it. Now, that doesn't mean quit your job and just become this like fucking crazy dude.
Yeah.
And again, that's another misconception, I think, is that you need to be out partying until 5 a.m. getting wasted doing drugs to meet women too, or work on your social skills. Because I don't even think that that's actually working on your social skills personally. I think that's like you got so much anxiety and fear of rejection. You got to numb yourself in these environments, hoping that something's going to happen when you're blacked out, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking at everything and trying to come up with a structure for the week that makes sense. Get the online dating profile popping. Let's get some conversations going from that. Because even if you could just get on one date once a week, once every other week, for most dudes, they're not doing that right now. I don't think so. You know,
really?
Like if you're struggling with that, I don't think most dudes are going on a weekly date.
Like
personally.
single guys who are like,
Yeah. I'm talking beginner, intermediate levels, you know? And so that's a great starting point. And then I would also set up a plan to, we need to start talking to strangers in general on a daily basis. And again, not quit your job and go do this shit, but like
not trying to have sex with these people, just like after learning how to interact with humans.
I need to be able to, because I need to be able to look you in the eyes with unwavering eye contact, carry a conversation, maybe even crack a joke or carry that first couple minutes of the conversation to get it to a point where somebody even wants to have a conversation with me. If I can't do that, how am I gonna escalate, get a phone number, get them to go on a date with me? Like there's levels to it, you know? Okay. So we're doing that while doing the online dating. And then if he's open to going out at nighttime, I encourage him to go out at nighttime at least once a week, not till 5 a.m., but go out in the evenings, go to fucking dinner, go to the lounge for happy hour and not drink either. Get a water if you need to. You want to have one drink. You
don't like your guys to drink.
I say 1 to 2 max.
It's a crutch, right?
Yeah, 1 to 2 max, and it's got to be earned. Okay. Yeah, you're not walking in already drunk. You're going in sober. You're getting interaction in to push yourself. And if you connect with the girl and you want to bring her to the bar and get a drink with her, cool. You're on a date with the girl already. You want to have a drink, cool.
Yeah.
But we're not using that as the fucking catalyst to get into it.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
And when you're coaching these guys, do they have like a regiment? Or things they have to do? Is it like a game? Is this like a battle plan?
Structure. Yeah, structure. So that's why I take the consultation call. So I know exactly where this dude's at in his life already before he even comes into the program. The consultation call is a fucking coaching call. Yeah. Straight up. I'm reframing his brain. Before you even come into the program, you got to have a certain mindset.
You get some guys, you like, this motherfucker.
No, because I'm not setting you up to fucking some Navy SEAL workout, social workout. You know,
you alter the program based off where they're at, 100%. Right? Like if this motherfucker's been a
you can't throw every dude through a. That's like the business coach trying to put everybody through the cookie cutter fucking structure that doesn't work. I need the guy who's like, yo, let me look at your fucking shit. Okay, do that one thing, bro. That shit's popping already.
You know, when I do the online fitness, you know, I teach people how to grow their online fitness business, and every once in a while, man, there's somebody who's got a passion for fitness. They know everything, but they're a little chubby, man. And I'm like, all right, man. First thing you got to do, like,
100%.
You got to lose. You got to get in shape. But we give them a strategy to actually monetize their weight loss. I can go to that later. Where you turn that into we turn that into a whole document, the whole thing, and then
that's dope. But I mean, same thing with me though, because if you're already getting matches, even if it's not your dream girl, I'll tell you, have conversations with them. Talk to these women. Like it's not the goal, but like do it in the meantime.
So you're working them up.
Yeah, 100%.
What's the biggest success story you've seen, or can you give me an example of one of the big?
I mean, I get biggest success story. I would say on the front end of my program is an 8-week program. Recently, we had a dude who came in, no experience. He'd been on 2 or 3 dates, never kissed a girl, never did anything. Ended up losing his virginity on week 5. So I mean, to be at that level
with a woman.
Yes, with the woman.
That's what's up.
With the woman, yes. With
Shout
the
out to
woman,
him.
Yes.
I don't know, man. I'm sorry, bro.
It's all good.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Let's keep going.
That's
Let's
that no
get,
filter thing.
let's
you
get
got.
serious. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a problem.
It's all good.
And
But yeah,
he-
so that's a big win. I
he
think
went
that's a
for- how
massive
old was he?
fucking win.
How
He
old
was
was he?
25.
He was a 25-year-old virgin.
Yeah, working IT in the Bay Area. Been on a couple dates. He came on the consultation call. Really low vibe.
Yeah,
Weak
just like
communication. And those are some of the first things we work on. Back to your initial question. It's like, yeah, we're
That's what's
looking
up,
at the
though.
lead gen. We're analyzing your communication too, though. Like I want to see how you talk on camera. I want to see how you talk in an interaction. I have a lot of clients that'll record their interactions.
really.
Yeah. You don't need a whole camera crew or anything. Like, I don't think guys realize you could pull out your phone on Snapchat and just hold it while you're talking to the barista and have
really?
a conversation.
Yeah.
And let's hear how you talk.
Oh, if they're being nervous, you coach them on that. So you watch like the game footage, almost.
I mean, it makes sense, dude.
Yeah,
If
that
you're
makes total
you watch
sense.
sales calls, right?
Yeah, every day.
Every day you watch your sales calls.
Yeah,
I'm out doing this every day.
That's what's
I
up.
go out into the field and record myself every day.
wow.
And I got a girlfriend. But I need to do this. I literally need to do this, dude.
Yeah. All right. Let's go there.
More on that.
All right. So what the main things they have to fix? A man has to fix the level up. He has to level up his appearance. He has to level up his communication,
charisma.
and charisma. Now,
Yeah.
and that's it.
I mean, there's like subtle, there's more like nuanced shit that it goes into communication and charisma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I always heard it was, this
Looks,
may
money-
be this old school. It looks, money, status.
Yeah.
Where does money and status fit in?
I think those are all obviously it can have an impact. But if I'm working for you in a short amount of time,
Yeah.
I can't blow you up and give you a crazy status. But you can portray some level of status in online, and that's
Can?
what
In what way?
I mean, high quality photos, your
Ah.
Instagram, like, showing access to like scarce resources, all that kind of stuff, So
Like
but-
what? Like what would be example? Like I'm in a diamond
I would say,
mine.
but here's the thing, like
or
a lower level dude, you don't even need to worry about that shit. That's why I said there's levels to it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going advanced level, you're high end, you're
So,
trying to
like-
get the higher ones. But if you're a dude who's not even going on dates, you can't carry conversation, you're at a lower level with
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I'm not worried about that shit. It's like,
Because
let's get
then
the
you're
looks
just a
down
dork
and-
with a car, right? If you go do that shit first, you're still a dork with a car.
yeah.
If you don't fix your social skills and your communication.
100%. Even some of the top guys I see online that preach a lot about looks. I get why they preach a lot about looks because of the way that they position themselves for success, which is it's a valid lane. And
Yeah.
I said this initially too. It's
Yeah.
like, yo, if you got it and it's working, double down on that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Every coach. The one thing about coaches, right? And it's cool that you've had the experience because you've had different coaches in business. Everybody's gonna tell you their superpower.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
sure. For sure. I
Mm-hmm.
would say, real talk, my unique mechanism
Mhm.
is that I do everything that is in the self-development daily habits. I'm up early. I'm doing all that shit.
Yeah.
But on top of that, I think the one thing I do differently is I'm really out in the field, going up to strangers and interacting with strangers every single day. And
You live this shit.
I mean, to some extent, I feel like live kind of implies I'm like just out here trying to pick up on girls. But
Yeah.
my philosophy is like, yo, you need to be able to consistently talk to strangers and build that social confidence. Because for me, the way that influenced my life was that's what gave me the confidence to start making more friends. That's what gave me the confidence to be more of a leader in my social group, social circle. That's what gave me more confidence to have uncomfortable conversations with my mom or with my boss. Back when I was in my 20s, that was the catalyst for me starting the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
That was the catalyst for me being entitled enough to even communicate to clients and coach them and lead men. So it's like, to me, this shit goes so fucking beyond putting your dick in a vagina,
Yeah.
So
Everybody can do that.
I think that's why most dudes get into it, though. It's kind of like the gym.
It's a
Dudes get
gateway.
into it because I started getting into the gym. I was like, I just want to be jacked and get girls.
Yeah.
And then I get into it, 2 years later, I'm
It
like,
changes everything.
yeah,
It changes
2
your
years
whole
later, I'm like,
personality.
I don't know if I should eat meat anymore.
I got into working out for violence. I wanted to get better at violence so I could fight better. But
Yeah.
then people didn't want to fight anymore, right? Because I had more confidence, right? It's kind of like you might get into something for a certain reason, but then you notice how it impacts other parts of you.
It opens a massive doorway to everything else. And that's what it was for me. Like initially I just wanted, my first girl left me. I just wanted to like not feel heartbroken and get over this and be able to get another girl. And then here we are fucking 10 years later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's been the catalyst for my entire life.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And I just see the impact it has on dudes. Like when dudes finish the program, yeah, you've gone on some dates, but like they got just a different mindset about life and communicating. Like that's you want to talk about big success stories. It's funny because I told you the success story was like got the virgin laid, which is probably like the success story that the beginner wants to hear. But the real success story is dudes that are getting massive salary increase at their job or feeling like I can walk into any environment and start a conversation, or you could drop me anywhere in the world right now and I have the mindset, the confidence, the charisma to start a new life and network and
make friends.
Yeah, the whole thing. Like to me, that's a fucking superpower.
Not even just meet women, just be able to, because I feel that like a lot of people can't do that. Like you could drop me anywhere and I'd be able to make friends and build like my own community.
100%.
You know, that's a big deal.
It's life changing. I mean, let's put it this way. 12 years ago, I'm in my mom's basement doing abdominal assault.
Yo, shout out to you. Good for you, man.
Yeah, 12 years ago, I'm doing abdominal assault in my mom's basement. I put myself through this fucking journey of pushing myself socially to build the confidence, to feel entitled enough to help other dudes, to lead men, to hire business coaches, to build a business, to want to ultimately shift the culture. And now I'm on the podcast. Like
hey,
to me, that's fucking dope.
Let's go.
To me, that's fucking dope, man.
I think it's dope too.
I'm checking off goals live in real time. Like, that's dope.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. So, you know, a lot of guys, they struggle with women or just a lot of different aspects of life because they fear rejection.
Right.
Like when you're coaching your guys, how do you help them get over that fear of rejection? I think that's a big problem.
100%.
Not even just with women, but in life, in business, sales,
100%.
everything. How do you coach people out of that?
So it's very slow, progressive desensitization. That was always my philosophy.
Desensitization.
Yeah. There's two ways you could do it. One is like a more immersive experience, which was like for me, that was me going out, meeting that coach and him throwing me into that stuff. Like I told you earlier. But what I took away from that one was like, I had the coach push me. I went back home and I was right back into my routine. So like, even though I had that one day of an immersive experience, and that's what I feel like is the problem with dudes who just bank on doing a 2-3 day boot camp. Yeah. You go out, you get pushed. You ain't cultivating a whole new identity in 3 days.
There's no reinforcement.
No, and then you revert back because it was so outside your comfort zone. It was damn near traumatizing. You go home thinking, I did the thing. But you didn't change. You didn't change. And
you did a thing, right? Because doing something once doesn't mean that that's who you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It shows you it's possible, which is what I was saying earlier. Like it showed me it was possible. And for me, I knew there was no turning back at that point. I know a lot of dudes though that will still talk their way out of doing it and justify, falling back on whatever they were already doing. But
so you do desensitization. What does that look like?
Yeah. So again, it just depends on their level, right? Because there's dudes, I got guys that come into the program, they're good looking dudes. They already got a social life. They're already getting women. They just want to go to an even higher level. And then I have dudes that I'm damn near wondering, is this guy autistic? Nothing against that either.
Nothing against it.
Right. But I have dudes that are at very, very low level. They can't talk to a girl. I could tell on the consultation call, they're struggling to communicate with me. And so obviously different timelines, different goals, right?
That guy can't be Dan Brazarian next week.
No, not next week. Not next week.
Right. So what does it look like?
And
what does it look like? Because I'm thinking for the viewer, if somebody's dealing with this, what can they do? Like, what can the viewer do?
Yeah. So for the viewer, you need to do an assessment about where am I at right now? Like, am I already going on dates? If you're already going on dates, cool, man. Double down on the way that you're getting dates.
Do more of it.
Yes.
So, but they're scared.
Well, they have that fear of rejection. If they're already going on dates.
Okay.
That's why I said there's different levels.
I'm talking about the guy. He's scared. He's fear of rejection. He can't even talk to a girl.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, for sure. So I would say level 1 is you got to start saying things to people in passing with no expectation of even getting a response. Yeah. Because that's the problem with dudes that are really low level or not even low level. You got a fear of rejection. It's the self-talk. And it's the fear of the reaction, really, right? The rejection is the reaction. So when you're focused on the reaction and that's dictating how you feel about the whole thing, especially when you're at a low level, it's a self-fulfilling thing where it's like, I already feel like I suck at this. I'm afraid of their reaction. I go up, bad reaction, beat myself down more.
Got it.
Right. And so what I tell guys is like, yo, fuck the reaction. I don't even care about if they respond right now. I'm focused on, can we say something in passing with the right delivery?
And it's not even just women, like just humans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just start talking to
If
people.
we're talking super low level, then yeah. Because again, you need to be able to talk to the random dude on the corner, the cashier, the gas attendant, whatever. If you're in Jersey, the dude that's pumping the gas.
The dude that's pumping your own gas. It's illegal to pump your own gas.
But you gotta be able to just do this everywhere. And there's also less pressure, I think. If you're at a low level, it's like, yo, talk to the dude. Right? And you say something in passing, and then you got to stay focused on the action-based goal of like, yo, I did the thing. Fuck yeah, let's go. That's what I tell my clients. It's like, we're doing the first step. Good reaction, bad reaction. My thought is, fuck yeah, let's go.
You know, that really works. I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna back up what you said. Because I remember, I used to be signed to Sony Records. I had a record deal. I got dropped when they merged with BMG in 2004. Anyway, but before that, when I was working getting deals, I told you we used to go to me and my boy, we used to go to rap battles all up and down the East Coast. I was in school in DC. So any place that was drive distance, if there was an open mic or a rap battle, we would go. Yeah. And it's different cities. Sometimes we'd be in Jersey, sometimes we, fucking Camden, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Strapped up. And then, but what I would do is, this was a tactic. And my boy, he started doing it too when he saw me doing it. I would like meet people in the crowd before I went on, right? Like, as many people as possible. So now by the time I go on,
takes the pressure
I
off.
got friends. You know what I'm saying? Like they're at least open, or people I know.
Yeah.
Like it's harder to boo a motherfucker who you just said what's up to. But also it's like it just made me less nervous. Because rapping in front of some motherfuckers in front of a bunch of strangers, most people won't give a speech in front of it. That's like a big fear. But if they're not strangers anymore, I warmed up. You know what I'm saying? So that helped me with that, and 100%. I can see how I tell my salespeople too, because sales. When you're on a sales call, like you gotta be able to set the tone, set that person's emotions. Right? Like you got to be able to change another person's emotion. It's a weird thing, right? So I have them practice doing that. Like everybody you meet, you know what I'm saying? Fucking janitors, you got to be able to change the janitor's state in your building. You know what I'm saying? Cashiers,
same shit.
Yeah, you got to. Can you change this cashier state?
Because if you can't do that, how are you going to change somebody who's about to invest a lump sum of like four
you know
figures?
What I'm saying? And then how are you going to put in it on the dating context? The girl has to be in the right state to move forward with you in any
emotional state,
right? And so you got to practice changing state all the time before 100%. You're in the game.
100%.
And it got to the point where I just do it normally, and my girl thinks it's just super weird because like I just say hi to people, I start conversations, people, strangers
doing it,
but she thinks it's like super weird because she's a New Yorker, right? New Yorkers are,
right?
And she's not used to that. But I'm just me, man. I talk. If I go to like I'm friends with everybody who works out of my building. Yeah, I'm everywhere I go in the building. I'm cool with people now.
100%.
But some people, how New Yorkers are. But that helps you with sales and anything else you want to do in life.
Yeah,
be able to like meet people, talk to them. But if you can like change people's state,
100%,
that's a different. That's like almost like a superpower.
That's what I teach. Right? Yeah, that confidence, that communication, that charisma. I mean, that's everything right there, bro. So,
and then they won't be nervous when they go up to the girl. They won't be 100%. As nervous. They might still be nervous.
Again, progressive desensitization. So it's not just I said, hey, in passing, and now I'm going up to the dime and asking her for dinner.
Yeah.
But that's where we start. Yeah. And you start with the self-talk, and you need to be aware of your self-talk, because the dudes that are, man, so many guys, they come into this, they think they suck. It's two reasons. Number one, they just don't understand the theory of like how loud you should be talking at, implementing a little bit of a smile, holding that good eye contact, what to say in interactions to like get it going. So when you don't have that and it's a bad response, and then you have the negative self-talk, again, it's that downward circle that keeps going. So it starts with saying things in passing. I think, and again, there's different environments. So like we're working on the online dating, then we're also working on like daytime interactions in passing simultaneously.
In the gym.
In the gym too.
You should end up being cool with all the people you see in your gym all the time.
Yeah.
Like that's
like you naturally embody a lot of the philosophy, I think, because here's the thing though, like a dude, I would assume that you're a big guy and growing up, you were probably one of the bigger dudes.
No, I
weren't.
Not until like maybe 19, 20. Around that time,
Gotcha.
Yeah, nah. Because if you look at my old YouTube videos in my 20s, I was like the first videos, I was pretty slim. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but you were still tall too.
Yeah, I was tall. 6'2". I was 6'2" since I was.
You're 6'2". I'm talking about the dudes that are 5'5", 5'6",
Little guys,
5'7", like myself, 5'8", right?
Mhm.
So it's harder to draw that internal confidence naturally when you're already a small dude. And you already got shit confidence. So that's why it comes back to the self-talk. But anybody can have good confidence. There's dudes way shorter than me that are fucking more confident than me and get more women than I do too.
For sure, man.
You know?
For sure, 100%. And I really like what you the desensitization, right? Actually, just start meeting people, start talking to people in passing, like, you know, be charismatic with the person, the cashier, the waiter. You know what I'm saying, male or female, right? You just be charismatic all the time till it comes to the point where it's not something you have to turn on. You know,
we go
when
over
you need it.
And we go over social drills to even do at your house first. So I'll tell dudes, because I mean, dude, talking and getting into a social flow it's a muscle, right? So like if you're already at home talking for 10, 20 minutes in a row, even though it sounds a little weird, but just think about it, like, you know, you would warm up before you go work out.
I get this. It's especially a guy who's just starting out on all this. He might definitely need that.
Yeah, so we start with that. That already gets the juices flowing. You don't need to do that, but like that's supplemental if you want to do it. Then you're doing things in passing. Then we're transitioning from passing to extending the conversation 1 to 2 sentences. You know, or if you're out at someone who's stationary, like a cashier, like the front desk, whatever, elevator, again, pushing it a little bit more, 30-second conversation when you have their undivided attention.
This makes a lot of sense. You know, you ever see Amish people and they have the horses, they riding horses and shit down the street, down a regular street. Well, the way they train the horses to not be scared of cars, horses don't fuck with cars like that, you know. And what they do is they have a rope and they tie it to like a gate close to the street, but it's like far enough from the horse, like it's tied to the horse too, but he's far enough where he's not, you know, he's not scared of the cars. And then every day they kind of make that rope a little shorter. Until he's like, now he's right up on the road. Cars zipping by him, he's not even tripping. Then they put him out on the road, 100%. And now he's an Amish horse, motherfucker.
It goes for any skill set, man. Like that's what it is. Just cranking up the intensity slowly as your skill set and your confidence goes up, and that's what it is for everything. That's why I know the philosophy is correct, because like I see it happening with dudes, and it makes sense. So it starts with that in your day to day. It starts with that with the people you're talking to, and then at some point you do need to start going up to more attractive women.
And you will get rejected.
100%.
Everybody will.
100%.
But at the same time, it's like if you're talking to everyone, if you're being charming to everyone, then it's like the percentage of rejection is like you won't even care as much. But if you only go up to one person, you know, say once a month and that person rejects you, then you got 100% failure rate.
For sure.
And then I can see how that can fuck with your confidence. But once you talking to everyone, then one person doesn't want to talk to you, you might forget that happened. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, 100%. I don't remember, real talk, I don't remember half of the girls that I've gone up to in the last little bit. Not that I'm not even going up to that many girls a day, but I do go up to at least 3 to 5 girls a day. Every day.
Really?
Swear to God, I go up to 3 to 5 girls every day. I don't remember half of these women. There's been a handful of girls that even like had me thinking about them a little bit later. I mean, that's a whole nother talk, but
but you can't think about them too much, man, because I know all you red pill guys don't do y'all no fap, so you can't think about it too much. All right, there was
I'm pro fap.
Me too.
I'm pro fap. I saw you talking about that. Like, I mean, dude, it's a social cause. Objects in motion stay in motion, man.
Yeah, man, you can't go out. You going outside? You ever seen something about Mary? The movie Something About Mary?
Yeah,
you can't go out with
the bathroom zipper.
Yeah, he was saying like you can't go out with a loaded weapon, man. You can't
what did he say? He said drown the dolphin. I think he called it. You got to drown the dolphin.
Yo, I had something funny. I had a good point. It wasn't funny. The funny shit distracted. But no, I really like that philosophy, man. Honestly, I think that's the best thing, the best course of action, because you will get rejected. But if you're talking to so many people and it's low stakes, and
Yeah.
it won't even matter.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and the other thing is like you'll realize over time that it's not personal. Like,
Yeah.
but you're doing it that one time. It is personal.
If it's just one, yeah,
like it is personal.
Like my clients who I teach to start their online fitness business, he was like, man, I was on a call with this one potential client and blah, blah, blah. Whoa, why are you telling me about one person, man? You should have enough volume that one is not a big deal.
100%.
So you forget about it. When you said you go up to 3 to 5 girls a day, before there was any shit like this.
Yeah.
Right. And I remember I was 17 because I went to college when I was 17.
Yeah.
And I went to all boys military school. So I didn't have a lot of experience talking to women because I was just around a bunch of guys all day. I lived at the military school, so it was all guys, no diddy, and I was just there. And then it's all right, cool. Now I gotta get good at talking to women, right? Because it made me a little nervous,
Yeah.
And so I had a little notebook, man. This was at 19, and I would write it I would talk to 5 girls a day, 5 new girls a day, You're
doing the routine, bro.
Yeah. And then what happened? It's exactly what you're talking about. But and a few things happened. One, I wasn't nervous talking to girls, right? 17 years old.
Yeah.
Just got my braces off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in this whole totally new environment, so it desensitized me, but also had another effect where I was actually popular on accident.
Yeah.
Not popular because I was so cool, but popular because I knew everybody.
Mhm.
And I knew a bunch of girls. Everywhere I go, I knew a bunch of people.
Yep.
And not even trying to have sex with them. It's like just I knew them.
That's
dope.
part of the philosophy too,
Yeah.
because I told you there's different lanes, right? There's online dating, then there's like your day to day, whether that's going downtown or going to a mall, going wherever you can interact. But then there's also just life game, like the shit you got going on in your the classes that you're going to, the gym that you're going to, the school that you're going to. And for that one lane, I tell guys like that's more long-term play. Because if you just socialize with the people in those environments consistently, you become that guy in the environment, and women feed off of that shit. That pre-selection's real. They see pre-selection and social proof are very, very real.
And even like the guys we're talking about probably could stand to make some more like friends. Yeah. Right. Like the guy friends or even girlfriends. Right? I know, like, I don't know, you pick up guys, y'all don't like.
Guys want wings.
Yeah, just friends
to go out with
fucking just meeting people, and it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's dope. All right. That's what's up.
There's just different levels to it. So you have very low level. It's like you're gonna make a friend. You're at a slightly higher level. You can make a social circle. You at a slightly higher level. You start networking with dudes that are also higher up. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm sure you've brought people onto the podcast that you just networked with through mutual friends or through.
Everybody who's been on the podcast is a friend of mine in real life. Somebody I actually know in real life. Yeah. Right. Like if we didn't know each other, since way back in the day, like I would.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, people ask me, and I was like, I don't know this motherfucker, man.
Right.
I know I can build the podcast faster if I just had on strangers, but I just bring on the homies, man.
Yeah, that's
lit. Just bring the homies on. All right. Let's switch gears.
For sure.
All right. Let's say somebody's on the first date. What are some do's and don'ts for first dates? Yeah,
so I would say mistakes dudes make on the first date. I've seen it go in different directions, but I think in general, the biggest mistake, a dude that's struggling to convert on dates, he's just not making it like a man to woman interaction. They hang out with the girl. They never make any kind of advances. There's no escalation. There's no flirtation.
No sexual tension. Is that what you mean when you say man and woman?
Yeah.
I mean, I know what it meant. I was just trying to.
Yeah.
I've read all the books you read.
There's like different degrees to it, right? So sexual intention isn't just me telling you, like, yo, what's up? I'm trying to fuck.
Yo, man, what's up with that? Yo, what that mouth do, shorty? Right. Yeah. That's not what you mean.
Yeah, but I think most dudes that are really low confidence or just struggle with this shit, they're afraid to display that or go for that. And it's partially because they don't know the structure to build that up. So I think like in most dudes' mind, it's like I'm either gonna just go for it and she rejects me, or I don't want to come off as that guy, that thirsty guy. Yeah. And so I'm gonna play it cool and has to have a nice, friendly conversation. So we just talk, and then after 1, 2, 3 dates, the girl's feeling friendly. Or if it even goes that far, it might end up just being ghost after one if it's really bad. But what I see consistently with clients is they're getting to second date. Maybe they get to the third date and then they get this text message like, hey, you're a really great guy. Yeah. Friends. I had an awesome time, but I just don't feel the spark. Yeah. And dudes
that happens a lot.
I think for a good amount of dudes, yeah.
All right.
I mean, or they just get ghosted.
Yeah.
But if you're going on dates and you're not consistently having success, like I think to some degree that situation's happening. It's either ghosted or she goes on the second day, or you get that text.
And so how do you prevent that?
Okay, so if I were to break it down into a very technical structure,
let's go.
Well, okay, so I think what I tell guys is it starts the moment you meet her. The moment the date is starting, before you even get to the date, upon her walking up, it's the vibe check, right? So what that means is like you got to bring in the right energy. And so what I tell dudes is, because again, dudes that are awkward, they're unconfident, or just make mistakes of like sitting down at the table, they just have the girl sit down across the table, or they just wave to the girl, and I don't know, it just kind of creates this weird dynamic off rip if you don't know how to turn up. So what I tell dudes is, you see the girl, you walk in, big, nice smile, good eye contact, give her a hug, and off rip, just say like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Wow, you look really cute tonight, by the way. Like just off rip, just get it out there. And dudes, because here's the thing, they struggle to drop that into the date. You know what I'm saying? And the longer you're hanging out with the girl, the more friendly it is. There's this drum roll build up. Am I going to make a move? Am I going to kiss her? Does she like me? What's going on? So if I break it down, it's like, well, dude, the moment you see her, understand she just cleared out 2 hours to get ready. She could have been with some other dude. She's here with you. So you can assume some level of attraction, some level of entitlement to do that much, because I think that's an easy step. Most dudes just don't do.
Don't some girls go on dates just for free shit? Free meals and shit?
I mean, we're talking about how to actually run a date properly. I would say if that's the case, then you're probably
fucked up way before that. Okay, so we're assuming we're on a real date.
Assuming you're on a real date. Yeah, my advice, biggest mistakes I see dudes making is like not doing enough escalation, keeping it super friendly, waiting till the very, very end of the date to try to make a move. And it's like so much time has gone by. It's going to be a high pressured situation. Yeah. She also doesn't feel girls get turned on like a volume knob. So the whole date is a volume knob, turn up. Not necessarily the date needs to end at 100%. Sometimes it'll build up like, halfway through, two-thirds of the way through. But like, it's guys see the girl, they're like, yo, she's bad, I'm in. Yeah, I want to do it right, I'm about it. Yeah. Guys are the light switch. Girls are the volume knob, man. So if you don't turn up the volume in small chunks, it's gonna feel unnatural. It's gonna be harder for you to do it. And so from back to what I'm saying right here, it starts from the moment you meet her. Just set the tone, and it's also easier for you to keep being that guy if you already were that dude off rip and she accepts it. So going in off rip like that, in my opinion, is like a crucial step. Couple other things. Any questions?
No.
A couple other things I would say is that using this philosophy, there needs to be consistent bursts of turning up that volume knob. And again, it's in small steps.
Give me an example of a burst.
There could be a verbal burst or a physical burst, right? Physical would obviously be touching the girl. Verbal would be me talking to the girl. That's also the same reason I say start the date with the hug and the intent. You got both off rip. I broke the touch barrier.
Right. Okay.
And I looked at dead in the eyes and said some, little bit of flirty shit. Nothing too crazy.
Nothing crazy. You didn't say, damn, man, them titties, them tits hitting right yet.
Want to bite yet. When the clothes are coming off, but that's where it starts with the verbal and the physical. Because if you don't touch her or you don't do the verbal, now I'm like, how am I going to, is it weird when I finally like reach across to touch her, or is it weird when I tell her I like her? So that's why they get in their head. Conversation ain't flowing. So
if you wait to the end, it's like super fucking weird. Yeah, it's super strange.
You can't. I mean, look, the thing is, a dude like you're so charismatic and you're no filter, and you probably already just do this shit without realizing it. Because like you got the sex appeal, you got the vibe, you got the swag.
Thank you.
Yeah, but a lot of these dudes don't have that. A lot of these dudes just don't have that shit though. Yeah. So I'm telling you, like, there's tactical steps you need to implement.
Word.
Otherwise, it's not just. Like you got to manufacture. When the girl said, "Hey, I'm not feeling the spark," it's like, you didn't create the fucking spark.
You didn't create the spark,
man. And so a couple other small bursts. I think another thing is strategically planning out the date so that our positioning is getting closer. dudes run a 3-hour dinner date where she's sitting across a long ass table the whole fucking time. The whole date's there. We ate. She's carb bloated. 3 hours has gone by. Neither of us is feeling sexy. There's been no physical touch either. Now, again, it's kind of like positioning yourself to fail. I think.
So, what would the date look like if you can't just go to dinner? What does it look like?
Right. So, and don't get me wrong, you can go to a dinner and sit across the table from the girl and still make it work. I do think, honestly, though, the longer you're doing that, the more of a disadvantage you're at. Honestly. So, what I tell guys is like, ideally, a date. Let's just assume we got, I don't know, 3 hours.
Okay.
I would say there should be multiple location changes through the date.
Yo, I've been saying that shit for mad long. You know what I'm saying?
You got the whole philosophy.
Yo,
dude. Like, I need you on the team, bro.
No.
Get on the fucking team, Brandon.
No. I'm a fitness business coach.
This dude was doing 3 approaches a day at 17. Let's go.
It was five.
Christ, bro.
It was
no wonder you're fucking monster with it, yo.
Oh no. I got a girlfriend, man. No más chicas, por favor.
I just meant social confidence. And everything. That's why you got the girl in the business, man.
I got the girl. All right. Yeah. So it's what the fuck are you talking about? Multiple dates. Yeah. Multiple locations, man. Yeah. What does it look like? Give me an example, man. Let's say.
Yeah, I don't like dinner in a movie, by the way. Either,
no, the movie's the fucking worst.
Yeah, like how are you gonna connect like that?
It's just the worst.
Yeah. So I would even say a big
if you go to a movie, it's got to be your girlfriend, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or at least like second, third date. We're already clicking. There's already a vibe there, and we're still doing something else on that date. I'm not meeting you at the fucking movie theater. We're sitting down. There's a disconnect there.
So what you taking the chick to the paintball spot or what? What we doing?
I wouldn't recommend any crazy gym? I wouldn't recommend any crazy activity either. Like I have clients that they take the girl to a
helicopter,
to like a Pilates or a hot yoga or a really intense hike, and that's just like not sexy either. I don't think like it could maybe work, but like the more sweaty, the more full the girl is, the more dirty you guys are. It's hard to make a romantic, intimate connection that way.
Especially hot yoga. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So activities are good. Like, something light. You want to do a really light workout because you guys met at the gym? Cool. You want to go do mini golf or walk around some area, sightseeing? Dope. Yeah, that's cool because like you're forced to keep moving throughout the whole thing. So in my opinion, you can sit down somewhere. But again, I think there needs to be a second location minimum. Because then you could also, even if the positioning's bad on the first place, which by the way, you should scope out the spot you're going to take her before you go there. Yeah. I tell dudes, wherever you live, like you should just have one set date structure. You got a first date structure and you just practice that structure.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get you to give them a structure, man. Like, so like I'm thinking. Helicopter ride? No.
Okay, man. Low-key. Look. Okay, if it was in Miami, we're gonna meet up in the downtown area.
All right.
We'll have a drink, maybe a little bit of finger food, and then we'll stay there probably for about an hour. And then if we want, we could maybe move within the venue. That would be cool, depending on the setup. Some of these venues have like an upstairs, an outdoor section, a couch area that's a little bit more intimate. And then from there, I would literally, if I was in downtown Miami, I would just go for a walk through Brickell. And have another spot plan where we could sit down for a little bit and then have an actual second venue where we could go to. All right. So that way there's like technically.
What's the second venue? Like, what are we talking about? Like a lounge,
depends on the
bar, what are you talking about?
I mean, all of that could work.
Yeah.
Hookah bar is cool if that's like what you guys are into. I don't force dudes into any environment because some dudes don't like the dance floor shit. Other guys like to dance.
Yeah. I don't like to dance, man.
Yeah. Me neither.
You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know that from my pigmentation, but I don't like to dance.
Big boy Brandon.
All right, babe, you ready to dance?
But really what it comes down to is having something to take the girl to and leading.
Take her on an adventure.
A little bit. No helicopters.
No helicopters.
Yeah, all right, cool. Look, the more locations we're in, it strengthens the memory of you.
Yeah.
It keeps movement to I'm not sitting across the dinner table on some interview mode the whole time. So we could start there, but then there's a whole experience of us getting up together, walking down the street, talking about different shit, sitting down, getting a little bit closer there, going to another spot from there, possibly dancing, possibly playing some game or smoking hookah.
She associates that that all these good experiences with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
and if you think about it, like when it ties back to, there's a lot of like philosophy around this, but like if you have one memory, like since we've been here this whole time, if you think back to when you met me, like a year from now, you're just going to have this memory of me here.
Right.
But if we actually, same amount of time, like let's say this podcast was like hypothetically 3 hours, but instead we went here, then we went to somewhere else, then we went to somewhere else.
Ended with the helicopter ride.
Ended with the helicopter because you're balling. The memory would be stronger, and you would be in multiple locations feeling comfortable with each, assuming it was a good emotional experience. You have multiple locations with that person. It develops a sense of trust, safety, security. I bring it back to this analogy. If you ever had like a school teacher that you were really close with in class, and then you saw that old professor like at ShopRite or some shit like a year later, it's weird because you only saw him in that environment. Like, Mr. Johnson, what are you doing here? And in the school classroom, he was cool. But hypothetically, take that same dude, if he brought the whole class on a field trip and they went here, they went here, they went here, there's just more of a bond that's created when you're in multiple environments.
And when you break things up, you remember them better, right? There's no reason for a hyphen to be in a phone number. The only reason is because it's easier to memorize.
100%.
Like it's like because you don't type the hyphen. It's like it's not needed. But if you just said the number, it would be weird and difficult to memorize. So
the location changes. To break it down, it's like it's going to strengthen the memory. It's going to put you in a position of leading the girl multiple times, so she's consistently following you into more good emotional experiences. Also, there's just more to talk about when you're moving around different environments, different vibes, and also different positioning of seating, which ties into the physical point. Because if by the second or third, like if we were just stuck across the table the whole time, it's going to be really difficult or obvious if I'm trying to lean over and get closer to her. But if we were there for if we were there for an hour and then we moved to a new spot, and while we were walking, there was a little bit of light touching, there was a little bit of flirtatiousness. Then we go sit down on like a bench together. And then by the third spot, maybe we're at the hookah bar or some shit and we're at a couch and I'm next to her. And now it actually makes sense for me to actually touch her and she's comfortable with it because of the progressive desensitization too.
And if you're on the backseat of Ubers and shit or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or your backseat of Ubers or whatever,
car.
You know what I'm saying?
Car's a whole location in itself.
That's it's like now you've been on 7 places with this chick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's having structure, leading, different positionings in different environments, while again slowly turning up the volume knob physically, right? So initially it's just a light hug. In the first 30 minutes, there could be a little bit of light touching, maybe some playful push away, or like, just light touch. And then from there to like hour 1, hour 2, we're getting a little bit more closer. We've connected more. There's been a little bit of flirtatiousness. She's more comfortable with my touch. Ideally, she's even comfortable to the point where she's touching me a little bit too. So you got to be able to read the body language. There's a lot that goes into it, obviously. But in terms of date structure, I think that those are like great practical steps of like starting it off with some physical and verbal, not just sitting across the whole time, keeping it moving, injecting 1-2 statements of intent, kind of making it flirty while teasing, and then progressively getting a little bit more touchy and positioning yourself closer as you move through different environments. And that could put you in a position to be in a really good spot after like 2 or 3 hours. If the vibe's building up, the girl's comfortable with your touch, we're sitting closer. We're getting more. I mean, look, the closer you are talking to somebody, the more intimate it feels naturally. It's just about getting her comfortable at that distance. So by breaking it down like that, that's how you get that smooth volume knob turn up.
I like it. It. Yo, but that's assuming she likes you, right? What exactly, we break it down. What exactly, in your opinion, do women look for in a man?
We talking on the date, or what are we talking about?
No, in life.
Okay.
I'm bringing it more.
Yeah, I got you.
Macro now.
Because
that's a topic that Nima has written down.
Shout out to Nima. Let's go. I would say, so we were touching on this a little bit earlier, because it's like, it's not just the look, it's not just the status, it's not just the money, it's literally the total presentation as a man, I think, right? And so they're all just attributes at the end of the day. And is it? Yeah.
Okay, in my mind, I always thought about it like.
Let me just say one quick thing. No, I would also just say that there's a minimum threshold for these attributes. That's all I wanted to say. So don't think you're a 1 here, but you're a 10 here. It's like, there's still minimum thresholds.
Right. If the Hunchback of Notre Dame got a Lambo, he's still not getting bitches. Right?
Exactly.
All right. So it's like I always looked at it like, you know, like a video game and different characters have they show their power levels. Yeah. And then like some are maxed out here, some are strong, 100%. Some are fast.
That's how I see all these influencers. I'm like, okay, he got that, but you got that, you got that. Yeah.
So it's not about, I guess it would be like wherever your strength, the amount of strength you have in each attribute, right? It gives you like a total, right? And you got to be above 100%. A certain total.
And then we're also looking at the environment, because attraction and value is perception, right? So online dating, I mean, where's the perception? It's really in your look, in your pictures.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest, right? Your bio, she don't give a fuck about your bio if you're ugly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, she's not even.
That's just the means of her possibly starting a conversation or portraying a little bit of personality. You could, you know?
Right.
So in that kind of environment, the value is in the photo.
Yeah.
You know, if we look at somebody like Dan Bilzerian, the value is in this lifestyle, this status.
He's got that maxed out like status, and
he's like 15 out of 10. So when you put him in that environment where there's 10 other women chasing, and you got girls in there that are going in with this expectation, this perception of him. I mean, that's why his book's called The Setup. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he just set up that environment.
But he's still not gruesome, right? You know what I'm saying? He's in great shape. You know, 100%. You can't be gruesome.
Which is why you should work on all of it.
Yeah, you got to work on all
100%. Yes.
But let me ask you a question. If you could, if you knew there was one you could like max out, would you lean into that more? Like if it's a dude, like if it's a super beautiful motherfucker, should he lean into that? If it's a motherfucker who's got a bunch of disposable income, should he lean into that? You know, like
100%. Well, that comes more into long-term crafting a lifestyle that's going to get you to your end goal, depending on what that is. So you can't set up Dan Bilzerian's setup overnight. That's a long-term play. Yeah. And a lot of dudes, that is their strategy, like social circle, positioning themselves. Like Michael Sartain's really big into social circle and positioning himself around a lot of women, you know? And so, I mean, that's absolutely effective too.
Yeah.
He's not an ugly guy either. I think he's, you know, I think
boy,
he's
like, Luke used to teach.
Yeah.
And they were like super.
Yeah, that was Luke's whole
boys,
philosophy.
and that was his whole thing.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Right. So he's maxed out on the one, and you could argue he was like, you know, he was a chubby dude.
Yeah, he lost a lot of weight though. Shout out to him.
Right.
But yeah, he was
on the grind.
Yeah.
But my philosophy is like, yes, if you have an opportunity in one of them and you want to lean into that based on your lifestyle and your goals, like by all means do that. Because I do think online dating, if you got the look and you already have the profile prime, you could set up a funnel that's delivering quality women that could get you on dates. And if that's all you want is like, I just want to go on some dates to meet a girl, that's great. Not every dude wants to fucking go around talking to girls every day or even go out there in the nighttime or do any of that shit, you know?
You know, all this shit sounds like a lot of work to me. You know, I'm glad I got a girlfriend because when I get you guys on, because you know, Austin Dunham was on here. He was talking about like the science. This motherfucker's like a mad science.
I watched the episode with Austin.
Like man, if Austin would have used his power, he could have like cured cancer or something. If he put that same amount of energy into curing cancer,
right?
He could have cured cancer, but instead he cured online dating.
Yeah. I mean, he's still young.
Hey, no, but it's working.
He's working. He can still do that shit.
You know, so it's what are the attributes that matter?
Yeah, so I would say there actually is some truth to looks, money, status.
Looks, money. That's what I've always.
I would say it's looks, money, status game.
Looks, money, status game. Tell me, explain the game part.
That's your communication, your confidence, your charisma. What a lot of dudes would argue though is you got the looks, you got the money, you got the status. Well, then you have the game, right? But it's to me, I don't agree with that, because how are you going to get all of those things and be that successful with all of those things if you don't have some level of confidence and social skill and charisma?
It's difficult to get the status without the game. I mean, unless your status comes from like you fucking maybe like a tech nerd. He fucking made some shit.
But I would argue that dude is going to end up losing the girl long term, or he's not going to be in a happy relationship because he doesn't understand male to female dynamics to some degree. You know, which only comes from the experience of like going on dates, interacting with women, social confidence, and that's what game is really.
What it is, you know, like if you're playing a video game, some characters are stronger, some are faster, some maybe can jump higher. Yeah, right. You can win with any character.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So like, a lot of the dating coaches will tell you. Some will say it's just looks, money, status. Some will say it's just looks. Like you focus on looks. Some will say it's just game.
Right.
Some would say it's just whatever, right? Or like the homie when Luke was doing it, was just all status. Like it was
well, the fact that all of these dudes are doing one lane and being successful indicates that they're all important.
They all work, right?
You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, if you lacking in any of them, you got to be so much better in there, right? So, but it'd be better
with thresholds,
Like if you super broke, you better be a fucking beautiful motherfucker,
yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying? Like if you borderline homeless, you better be beautiful if you want to get some fucking girls.
Yeah.
And if you gruesome, you better have a bunch of cash. But I think it's easier to try to get better at all four of these things.
Why not work on all of them? I don't get it.
It's easier to get better at all four of these things than it is to be like so good at one of them that the other ones don't matter.
And I think that's the problem with a lot of, even with the RSD stuff. Like, I don't think it was, I don't know if it was a marketing strategy. I don't know what it was, but like, I do think there hasn't been enough on the pickup, technical, nerdy pickup guys. I don't think it was emphasized enough about the other areas, and it was solely about the game.
Well, it was working.
Yeah.
Right. It was working. Yeah. It was working for them.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm biased because those are the homies, right? So it was working for them. You know what I'm saying? It was working for the guys, the coaches, and it was working for the coaches.
Yeah.
But
then you got to really go crazy with it to be at that high of a level. You know
that's what I'm saying. That's why I say it's difficult.
Right.
It's more difficult to be
all out in one. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, and that's why I'm really not. I'm not running the streets every day on some approach frenzy. I put in 30, 45 minutes a day, and that's part of my walk and getting sunlight at the same time. So like that's what I'm doing. Or if I'm actually about my day to day, like I was leaving the barber yesterday, there was a hot girl down the street. I went up and said, "What's up?"
And that's how you work on the game part, just the socials part.
Yeah.
Right. So
I don't even think I need to do that at this point. I do it because I want to be connected to the clients. I want to be able to help them. And I'm just passionate about the philosophy itself. And I'm not going to tell somebody to do some shit I'm not fucking doing.
Yeah.
In my program, I'm telling you do some shit that I don't fucking do. Fuck that. Yeah, that's stupid. I got to be going harder than you if you're going to fucking follow me.
Yeah, man. 100%. Yeah. 100%. It's, excuse me. Okay. So you basically said 4 categories real quick.
Okay, go. I wanted to say go.
Okay, no, go ahead if you got something.
To tie into this, just being well-rounded, it's like, dude, you got to make the habits every day to build all of these. Yeah. Like, if you're working, well, dude, like, what's your diet looking like? What's your morning routine looking like? What's your fitness journey looking like? What do you look like physically? Like, you should be building that shit up. Yeah. And that's why I'm so big on talking to people in your day-to-day, because that's what's going to make you friends. That's what's going to give you the confidence to get that position at work. Yeah. That's how you're going to build that network. That's how you're going to get the girls anyway. So I'm not running around approaching people to get the girl. I already got the girl. Yeah. Literally. That's not why I'm doing it. Yeah. I do it because for me, that's what gave me that fucking boost of social confidence to just go into any environment, or for me to walk into the podcast room and I'm on the Uber here like, yo, this is fucking dope. I'm doing the podcast with Brandon Carter. I was watching this dude 12 years ago, and I'm not nervous though. I'm walking here like, yo, I haven't been on a podcast before. I'm walking into the podcast like, fuck yeah, like I'm that guy. Like, let's do this shit.
Because you practice your social skills.
So like I walked in here like it was a trip on the Uber. I was like, yo, I would have imagined I would be nervous, but I was like, why would I be nervous? I'm that fucking guy doing this shit. Like, it makes sense. Yeah. So when you're hitting your goals and you stacking those wins throughout the day, your diet's on point, your fitness is on point, you look good, you can communicate good. You're doing all of these things, man. Like that's why I'm so passionate about it. It's the catalyst for changing your fucking life. Dude.
If you don't improve all 4 of them and you focus on one, there's an energy. It can work, but there's an energy in there where it's like, it's subtle. I mean, not everybody pick it up, but it's subtle. It's like, oh, he's compensating. Right. It's like, it's almost like, oh, he's, I don't know if I'm saying,
I get what you mean though.
For example, there was this one, I saw this one clip of this dude. He's super wealthy, right? But he's also kind of fat, kind of chubby, and he was wearing a Richard Mille, you know what I'm saying? And he was saying, yeah, guys at my level, we don't really wear Rolexes because they're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, damn, man, like you really compensating, you know what I'm saying? And I got what he was saying, right? Because, I got an RM and I got, shit. And sometimes it's difficult for me to when am I going to wear the Rolex? I understood what he's saying, but the energy was more like he was trying to fucking flex to, I know I got to show that I'm wealthier than everyone, and I mean, I'm not saying you can't be successful with that strategy, but it's there's a weirdness about it. You know, it's kind of like you see this in fitness.
It's a form of qualifying, honestly. It's like
qualifying yourself. Yeah.
Even though it's a brag, it's like you're indirectly kind of qualifying.
Yeah.
It's like
you know
what it is.
And it's just, but if you improve on all four of these things, or on all aspects of your life, if you're more well-rounded, you don't have to overcompensate with something.
100%.
And
dude.
it has more genuine energy that people find attractive.
100%. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm one of the most humble dudes. I don't brag about this.
You're not more humble than me. I'm the most humble. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't talk about it that much, right? Because I'll never talk about it because I'm better than that. But I'm like a god of humility. All right. But I'll never talk about it because I'm better than that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's an important, I think,
you're one of the most humble guys.
I'm the most. Did I claim I'm the most? I didn't mean I'm the most. I'm so humble. I ain't even claiming the most humble.
No, go ahead.
I mean, shit, I don't even know where we're at. This is just tying into philosophy of like, yo, you got to really be that guy on all levels, and what you do daily, your daily habits are going to show you, are going to dictate who the fuck you become.
Yeah,
like, that's what it is.
Your daily habits. Okay, real quickly, because we running out of time.
Yeah.
what can someone do if they want to improve their looks? Boom, just real quick, because we said looks, money, status, charisma, right? That's basically what we said.
I would say most dudes, they just need to get more lean. Like on the most simplistic level, like get lean.
Get lean, man.
Unless you're the super scrawny pipsqueak turd dude.
And put on some muscle.
Yeah, on a simplistic level, like that one thing is life changing.
Yeah.
I was fat like 9 months ago. No, it was like a year ago.
Jesus.
Last May I was fat.
Gross.
I was up to like 198.
Jesus. How tall?
I was on a bulk, 5'8". Yeah, just to give you some perspective, I'm like 171 right now. I was 30 pounds up.
Jesus Christ.
You know? Yeah, even me, like I got to that point because business is good. I'm helping the clients. I'm with my girl. I got all this shit going on. I'm bulking is what was the self-talk.
Yeah,
because I still looked okay, you know, with a t-shirt on. I was filling out my t-shirt, but I saw some pictures of me in Miami. We were on a boat, and I was like, damn, bro, like I got fucking fat.
So lose weight.
Yeah,
right.
I feel a lot more confident socially. The way I carry myself, the way I look, it feels good.
You have to like I'm telling you, man, guys who know they could be in better shape, they overcompensate in certain ways. You know, I see it a lot.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Looks, money, status. What would you say with money, man? What do you tell these guys?
I mean, for money, you got to get your money up, but I wouldn't
some kind of way, man.
Yeah. See, the thing is, like when I help guys, you come into the program. I'm not a business coach, but I really, really believe in business coaching and mentorship on all levels. So it's like, if that's the thing, I think dude just ain't working enough. Just like even if you don't got a high income skill set, just start working towards that, but work more, dude. If you need to, and understand, like
don't try to. What you gonna get a girl? You think? Yeah, you got to be. If you're broke, you got to be so much better in all these other things. Right,
it's attributes.
Just get some money. It's not that difficult, man. Like you can fucking drive Uber. You know what I'm saying? Like
you drive Uber and talk to the people in the fucking car while you're driving them around. Practice the skill set. Exactly. I have clients that do that because Uber, you can record the fucking. They're bringing the Uber interaction to the call.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, yo, let's hear your conversation skills.
Yo, let's go. All right. So fucking work more. I say that shit all the time. Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah, I know you're big on that too.
Yeah,
you were working like 3 jobs back in the day, right? Four jobs. Goddamn.
Well, it was during the recession. It was during the 08, man, when fucking it was bad. All right, work more. Looks, money, status.
Yeah.
Well, how do you improve the stat? How would you have a guy improve his status?
Yeah. So again, short term, long term. Long term is like you really want to build up a following, or you want to put yourself in a position where like you have a lot of social proof. That's like, I think what most dudes think about when they think status is like, I got a big ass following, or I got like, you know, some level of that Dan Bilzerian or Michael Sartain type status.
You said that was short term? I feel like
I said that was long.
Oh, that's long. That's long.
Yeah. Short term though, we already discussed the online dating, like literally just having a good look and high quality photos for online, whether that's like dating apps or Instagram. That actually does portray some level of status, like super short term, but it does separate you to an extent. I would also say short term, is the environments you're going to consistently and having the people fucking know who you are and being cool with
Make
you.
friends with the people you go
Yeah.
with. Like that. You can have like a local status instead. You might not be
It's
able to get
environmental.
global
Yeah.
status,
Yeah.
but a local
Due
status,
to your
anybody
status
can
and
do
they,
that.
yeah, due to your status and they think global.
Yeah, nah,
And I'm like, bro, you're in fucking Michigan. Like,
yeah,
let's get some local status going by starting conversations with the people you see in your day to day, bro.
yo, if you go to the gym the same time, you're probably gonna see similar people there all the
100%,
time.
bro.
And if you become cool with those people, like this before you say what's up, then you got local status
It starts with saying
Yeah.
things to people in passing at
Yeah.
the gym too. What's up, dude?
at the gym.
The next time you see him, hey, bro, what's going on? How's your workout going?
I swear to God, if you went to CVS with me right now,
Yeah.
like they don't know I'm a YouTuber, right? Because
Yeah.
it's all women in there and it's all guys watching this. If you're watching this, you're a guy, right? That's how I know. You're a guy. That's how you know I'm right. And and they don't know that I'm a fucking YouTuber or fucking, they don't know I got 1 million Instagram followers and 1 million Facebook followers and millions of dollars. They don't know, right? They just but they know me. Like all the workers, because I'm cool with them.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's also just a good way to live. It just to be fucking nice and friendly to everyone.
And
Without
then
even
you're in
anything.
the social flow anyway, because when you go to the
Yeah.
gym, you crack a joke with your boy. Like the dudes that are home all the time, you don't talk to anybody.
Yeah,
You're never in a social flow. You start talking to people in your day to day. That practices a certain skill set.
yeah,
Then you start talking to the people consistently in the environments you're going to.
yeah.
That builds up friendships and status.
Mhm.
And now I could go to the gym. That's how I built it up in my own. When I was living in my mom's basement, I would go to the gym,
Mhm.
and everybody they were calling me the fucking mayor at the gym.
Yeah.
Yo, you're like the mayor here.
Local status.
Dude, I'm just working on my social skills, you know?
And then if you're going to date to one of these places, right?
Well, that's what would happen is that all the dudes knew me, and then I would start getting eye contact from some of the girls. Because
Who's this guy
I'm
that
just like
everyone knows? He's
Yeah.
the man here.
yeah,
Yeah.
straight up. Not even fabricating that story. Like I knew
Yeah.
a lot of the people at the gym, they called me the mayor at the gym, and I would go into the gym. I would still get my workout in. It's not like I'm, you're still training, but you're
Yeah.
starting conversations.
For sure.
And then there's the girl that you don't know yet, and she sees you being social.
Yeah.
And so it's not a big jump for me to talk from here to here and then pivot over to here. It's like, hey, what's up? How you doing?
And if she sees you talking to everybody, it's not weird when you say hi to her.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all pre-selection and
Yeah.
social proof is everything with women. They need to be able to look at a dude in an environment and is he a threat? Is he popular? Is he confident?
Yeah.
Is he social? Is he friendly? And look is part of that because it does
It helps.
give off some kind of honest signal.
Yeah.
Most do, if you're tall and you're good looking, it instinctually we can assume certain characteristic traits about you.
Yeah.
That's why it would get you in the door. If we start communicating with you and you're not those things, you don't got the game, you don't got the swag.
So the charisma can boost your status. They work together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like they
I think
all work
that's-
together. Like
yeah.
it's the beauty of it. They all help each other. So if you're maxing out, you know what I'm saying? You could probably get some opportunities to make some more money, maybe get a job if you meet more people in networking, higher paying job, better position, business ideas, business partners. If you, this
It's all hand in hand,
It all
dude.
works together.
Yeah.
It all works together. Yeah,
And that's why the communication, the confidence, in my opinion, is very crucial.
listen.
Unless you're born into some of these, not born in, but some dudes get handed some of these things, get job opportunities, get some
Yeah.
level of status from a craft. But if you're not any of that shit and you're low level dude, like you need it. You 100% need it.
Oh, it definitely helps, man.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm hiring somebody, I'm gonna pick them, and all things being equal, I'm gonna pick the most charismatic because he'll
Yeah.
get along better within the organization.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Listen,
I mean,
where
dude,
can
you
they
live
find
the philosophy. I don't even need to say the philosophy. Brandon was going out at 17, talking to 5 girls a day. Mic drop,
Yeah.
live over. Like, honestly.
Yeah, no, I mean,
And you're
that's why
talking to
I-
everybody in your day to day.
Yo, man, straight up, yo, my girl, she thinks it's super strange because she's a New Yorker, right? So you know how New
Yeah.
Yorkers are, but I just got used to learning how to I say hi to like everybody. I say what's up to everybody. I'm like
Yeah.
everywhere I go.
Yeah.
it's-
And you
I'm
were
showing
doing the
love.
fucking rap battles, even though
Yeah,
that
the
was,
rap battles, yeah.
there's a side benefit interest
Yeah.
to do that shit, which is cool too. But like, that is social pressure. That built social
Oh,
confidence.
yeah.
Like, if you didn't do any of that shit and you're like, I want to do fitness, let me just work on my look. Bro, I connected with you on YouTube because you would make me laugh 12 years ago. I saw this dude, I'm eating a Domino's pizza after a full day of fasting. I'm like, yo, but this dude's funny. Come on to the thing. Like, What
Oh,
up?
yeah,
What up? That's why I liked you. You know?
Well, thank you.
I wasn't
man.
like, this dude really worked on his look. I mean, yeah, you had the physique, but
Yeah.
like,
I would listen, especially in the beginning. Like there was guys way better shape than me in the beginning. It took me a minute to really build up. I look at some of them videos like, hey, wow, how did this motherfucker think that he could be a fucking fitness influencer? I look at like that's what I do think about when I see some of them. We were about to end it, but you started giving me compliments, so I was like, we can go a little later. All right, where can they find out more about you, Kyle? If they don't already know, you're blowing up. But if
YouTube
they
Coach Kyle.
YouTube
Very
Coach
simple,
Kyle.
yeah.
Man, it's super simple.
Shout out to Nima with the content production. We about to start rolling out a lot of content
Nima.
too.
So like Nima's, it's funny, man. Like I knew Kyle before, but Nima started working with him a little bit on some of his content, unbeknownst to me, and then it's just worked out that way, man. Boom, that's what's up, man. Now listen, but I think before we go, there's a super chat for Kyle.
Yeah, let's
Yes, we got one super chat. Let me just pull it up. It's actually speaking truth. The number one. God bless you, King Keto Carter.
go.
Q2, let's go. I think that.
Yeah, that's when that Thot Repellent is
Yep,
dropping,
yep,
man.
yep.
Shout out to you, Noble One. All right.
Also, link to Cause YouTube I put in the description in case.
That's what's up.
Yep.
Come check them out. And listen, guys, if you haven't, before we get up out of here, man, if you haven't already, subscribe to the newsletter. Big Money Methods. I'm saying twice a week, you're gonna get emails with links to articles on methods to help you make big money. Totally free. And we're not even selling you anything in there. Right. It's just, we want to help you fucking get some of this fucking bread, man. Remember, it's looks, money, status, gang.
Hey.
Right. But the money one, that shit helps with everything. Listen, making more money helps you with everything.
100%,
right?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it can help with your looks. You can get better food, better gym access, have more time to work out, hire a coach or whatever, trainer, get some money, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm really big on mentorship.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get started with any of this stuff unless I hired somebody, so.
Yeah, no, same, man. Same shit. Like I had mentors. Luckily, I had some people who helped take me under their wing initially.
Well, that's it too. It's just surrounding yourself in environments where there's people there and having the social confidence to start conversations, not creep them the fuck out, be a cool dude.
Not be a fucking
Which starts
weirdo.
with talking to people on a daily basis.
Yo, man. A lot of you motherfucking weirdos need to holler at him. Stop being weird. He can help you with that. Wouldn't it be cool to not be fucking weird anymore? Kyle can help you with that, bro. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. This has been another episode of that Victory Talk podcast. Thank you, Kyle.
Brandon, thank you for having me on, dude.
Listen, we do this every Tuesday and Thursday. Well, we didn't do it this Tuesday because Nemo was filming videos. Was that why he wasn't here? Was he filming videos?
No, I was in New Orleans.
No, I'm fucking with him. I'm fucking with him.
Shout out to Nemo prioritizing me over King Peter. Let's go.
All right, y'all. Peace.